You're not perfect, sport. And let me save you the suspense. This Pioneer LaserDisc player you bought isn't perfect either. But the question is whether or not you're perfect for each other. That's the whole deal. That's what LD collecting's about.
LaserDisc Wolfpack.
Welcome aboard, everybody. I am Culturedog Sam Hatch, and this is the THX Super Fancy LaserDisc Wolfpack's Maga Waga CAV Laser Wank Festival. Something like that. Is that the name of the podcast? No, it's the LaserDisc Wolfpack THX CAV Special Limited Edition podcast. And I am going to pass the mic along to the man who thinks Nanu Nanu is the vacuum cleaner on the Teletubbies, Ryan Cushing.
Thank you, Sam. This podcast is brought to you by Vinegar Syndrome.
Nice.
And your phone here and find out more. I'll pass it off to Chris.
Man, I gotta introduce myself.
Yeah.
I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I'm not bringing a sponsor with me. I'm dealing with some really internalized trauma from the pre-podcast
Fair
chat
enough.
session, and I don't know. I might have to just sit here and space out for the next 3 hours.
All right.
That's me every week. So
It's allowed. Who else do we have? Is that Max?
Oh, yes. Maxeene, the LaserDisc Queen here on a crackly autumn day here
Nice,
in
yeah.
California. And I am brought to you by Carl's Jr., the Burgers of Champions.
Yeah, what's the temp out there?
Oh, it's a nice 64 degrees.
It's not bad at all. It's dropping down in the 20s over here tonight, apparently. So it's going to be
36 this morning when I got
Yeah.
up for work.
a little frosty.
4 degrees, Christ,
Yeah.
like a sauna.
So we are doing another little special. We did a David Lynch spectacular. And then we did a Nick Cage top 5, which is pretty good. Though we've stepped away from the top 5s, at least for a little while. We're doing just a pick 3, a spotlight. Could be movies you like, could be movies you didn't like. We'll see as this progresses. But this time we have entered in a number of actors and directors into our computer, which spit out Robin Williams as our star of this episode. So you think about it, Robin Williams has been in a ton of movies throughout LaserDisc's history, so there are many options to choose from. So I guess I have to start this thing, huh? 3 Robin Williams discs. We're gonna go into it. All right. First off,
well, are there 3? Are there at least 3? Could you find 3?
I could. We were talking before. There was a bunch that I had, and I was like, oh, I had Dead Poets Society. I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'll wait for the one that has the extra footage. And I just never got around to getting it. And I had Good Morning Vietnam, and I was like, well, I'll get rid of that and get the reissue that's Letterboxd, and I never did. So the one I was really excited to talk about is actually just a crappy early 80s pressing, but I have like fond memories of the movie itself, which is The Survivors, but that's not going to hit the mail until tomorrow. So, but that's Robin Williams and Walter Matthau, and yeah, it's good stuff. So instead, I'm going to talk about another Robin Williams film that isn't really beloved, and I don't know, it didn't have much of a critical slam when it came out, but I watched it on VHS and then later on LaserDisc, and that is Cadillac Man, which is, I don't know, I like it is because he's kind of a dick, you know, he's a philandering car salesman in the film. So, you know, he's not as lovable as usual Robin Williams films. And Tim Robbins is in it, who, you know, around this time had been doing stuff like, you know, Tapeheads, which I love. So I was already a Tim Robbins, a simmering Tim Robbins fan, kind of budding at the time. And yeah, good supporting cast. But yeah, he's a guy who's cheating on his wife. He's got a lot of mistresses, and he's also in debt to some heavy mafia type guys, and he has to sell a certain number of cars, and time is running out. And at the same time, Tim Robbins's character comes in and has some weapons, as you can see there. And oh wait, hold on there, and decides that his wife or his girlfriend who works there at the same facility is cheating on him, and he needs to take matters into his own hands. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little darker comedy wise than a lot of the other Robin Williams stuff at the time, so I think that's what I appreciated about it. And cusp of 1990, so it's kind of a little bit of an early 1990s vibe. There was good stuff Tim Robbins was doing around the same time between this and like Jacob's Ladder and everything like that. So I liked darker, edgier stuff at the time, so I was appreciative of the dark comedy found within. So go Robin.
Like Pro 2?
I'm stuck on that jacket art. But Tim Robbins is just clearly pulled from some completely other like promotional still and just stuck in the background of the frame. It's
and you could tell he clearly knows what he's doing too. He's got that.
He looks like he's about to look down the barrel.
Yeah, right.
I'm on fire.
And you got Fran Drescher in there, and
Yes.
Oh shit, she's in that.
Yeah.
I feel like now I need to get a copy of this. Is there a letterbox version out there?
If there was, it'd be in my hands right now. So sadly, this is the best you have. But again, it's not a Panavision film or anything like that. So it's not that bad watching it in 4:3. So this this is like the original Image release that came out in probably 1990. So yeah, there you go. Cadillac Man. All right. What's up next? Survivors, obviously, I'm recommending, but yeah, that's a really old like Columbia pressing, so it's probably going to be rotted or whatever. All right, here we go. We were talking about this with Ryan. This is a movie that I like and I also don't like, so it's going to be right in the middle for me. I don't have the DTS copy on hand, but I do have the Japanese of Good Will Hunting. I have a lot of fond memories of seeing this movie because it came out when I was living in Los Angeles. Shout out to Los Angeles. And I went to go see this at the Harmony Gold building. There was my buddy was working for Miramax, and he scammed us into this. It wasn't like a press or a premiere thing. It was just like a weird little industry screening. And we're like, we're gonna go see this movie, and we're like, all right, whatever. What the hell is this? And Robin Williams, he crushes in that. It's got Matt Damon as the world's smartest janitor, and he's kind of like a Gary Stu, he's just so perfect at everything, but he's emotionally traumatized. And then, he had a rough childhood, and it's not his fault, man. It's not his fault. But thanks to Robin Williams, he comes in and, saves the day, and they have a lot of, treacly moments together. I can't fault the acting. I guess my only beef with the film is that it's just like 5 pounds of shit in a 1 pound bag. It's just like Matt Damon and, Ben Affleck were just like, we're going to make every movie we've ever wanted to make and cram it all into one. It's like, it can't just be about this traumatized kid. It's like, he's also got to be the smartest janitor in the world. And then it's got to also be his romance with Minnie Driver. And it's like, Jesus Christ, guys, man, like pump the brakes. There's just like too much damn movie in this fucking movie. So there you go. But that said, the scenes with Robin Williams and Matt Damon they all kick ass. I mean, all his therapy sessions and everything has some funny stuff, Robin Williams' wife farting and good quality moments like that. So there you go. That's 2. All right, what's 3?
See, he's cheating here.
Let's go.
Talks about one that's would have been 1, and then now he's on number 4 or 5.
All right, let's go hang out with another one I have mixed feelings about. Hoke. It's a Dutch film, I think. Yeah. I have the Japanese pressing as well. This film had a lot of flack when it came out. Everyone said it was a big super bomb, waste of money. And then I went to go see it with my mom at the 99-cent theater, and I thought, that was pretty good. And then I got on LaserDisc later, and I'm like, it was pretty good, but it's also kind of bad. But and Rufio, man, I don't know why. Even when I was a kid, Rufio was that little bastard kid that you wanted to chase off your lawn. That kid was such an a-hole. So I've never liked Rufio or the Lost Boys because they all hang out with Rufio, and I'm like, man, you little bastards! If I had a BB gun, I would chase you all out of this fort. But yeah, it is very stagey looking. That was always like one of my complaints. It doesn't look like Neverland is like a real place. It just looks like a big movie set. But it has like skateboarding and stuff, which is pretty cool. And Dustin Hoffman's fun in it, and Smee's great, Bob Hoskins, and so there you go. Japanese pressing is also very nice. This is DADC USA, but I've had a lot of clean copies of this, even though it's a potential rotter. But there you go. That's my third. What do you got, Ryan?
Well, I was going to use this one mostly because this guy's in it and he got such rave reviews in Phantoms. But I'm not going to count that one.
The other best thing about Good Will Hunting is it had Dunkin' Donuts in it, and there were no Dunkin' Donuts in California when I was living there. At least
they didn't
in
exist
LA.
in the Midwest then either.
So I was excited seeing donkeys represented on screen.
Absolutely. So going through the list that are on LaserDisc, I kind of noticed something. There's a lot of like heavy movies that Robin Williams was in, besides his funny things. And you can't watch those all the time.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, okay, that was cool. I enjoyed that, but I do not want to watch it. This is one of them.
It almost was on my list. Yeah.
And it was number 4 on my list because Sam used one of mine.
Yep.
But like the color in the movie, the way they filmed it is fantastic.
It is, right?
But it's morbid as hell. Like his kids die in a car accident, then he dies in a car accident. Then his wife's like, I'm going to commit suicide. And he's up in heaven like,
yeah,
I got to go rescue my wife. Like,
it is rough.
It is very rough. I've watched it again and I'm like, man, like it's just a dark, heavy movie and like pretty good performances across the board. Just a cool concept.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah,
but
it's hard to watch. And I watched it and like, I'm good for 20 years. So yeah, but I mean,
that's probably the last time I watched it.
Yeah. We'll move on to a little bit lighter, but not overly light. I mean, there are definitely light parts about it.
Yeah,
but this is not a light movie, but it's got good music and it's got good bits to it, good comedy. And this is the letterbox version, which is a little bit nicer than the pan and scan that most of us have seen. So
yeah, sweet gatefold.
Absolutely, just a nice like mid-90s reissue, but that's just a fun movie. And even though parts of it are pretty heavy still.
Yeah.
And then you move all the way to the other end of the spectrum and you've got the over-the-top box set version, which I still haven't opened because it's CAV on like 2 different sides.
I don't even have that yet. I still just have this guy that I got from Columbia House. Yeah.
But, I mean, it's got James Bond in it. So
yeah, and a drive-by fruiting.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
And
I have one for you, Sam, if you need it.
Oh, I do actually. Yeah, add it to the shelf. Yeah.
It's a fun movie, top to bottom. It's it's not that serious. There are parts that are dated now, probably. But
yeah, the Raptor.
Oh yeah, you.
I mean,
this is not the kind of movie that you could easily get away with making in 2021. It's very much the 90s personified.
Yeah.
From the outfits, the pacing of the comedy. It's probably Chris Columbus's best movie, I would say. I'm not huge on the Home Alone movies, but Mrs. Doubtfire, again, I brought it with me because I was about ready to go heavy on this movie.
In the same 99-cent theater with my mom that I saw Hook at, so that was apparently my go-to Robin Williams location.
Yeah, and then there was a time I bought this box set for 99 cents.
Damn.
With free shipping on an eBay auction in like 2010. So there was a time when you could acquire this box set for literal pennies.
Wow.
And personally, I would argue that's probably all it's worth, but it's an excellent movie.
This was the selection of the month from Columbia House, and I didn't send in the card saying opting out, so it just showed up at my house, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna not watch it.
Absolutely. Oh, I believe we have a guest.
We have a special guest.
Special guest.
Special drive-by guesting.
Look at you, A24 guy.
Is this open, Matt?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's just the 4 of us.
Well, now it's 5.
Yeah, say
why am I not seeing the? Oh, there's
Poor
my
Chris.
She doesn't fit on my screen in.
what are you trying to say, Vinnie? What are you
An
trying
iPhone.
to say?
I've never done it from a phone here.
The iPhone doesn't like you. That's
You know what? Let me hide myself because I don't need to see myself. I'll hide myself, then I can see.
Hello, you're pretty
Yeah,
dapper.
hit gallery
you know?
view.
Good. You guys keep talking.
Oh, we're at the you got in right at the break. I finished.
Yeah, if you want to jump in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look, my LaserDiscs are in a garage, and I made a valiant effort to find the one Robin Williams disc I have.
That's it, just one, huh?
And one I thought I had, but don't. So the best I could do, because they were smaller and easier to find, was the soundtrack to Good Morning Vietnam.
Nice.
Which is one of the main reasons why I love this movie so much. I've seen it many, many times, and this soundtrack is just incredible. It's got, in between the songs, it's got dialogue from Adrian Cronauer, from the movie, which is great. What I love about it is, I guess, so many of those Vietnam movies are songs that came later. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they'd be listening to those songs. So to hear stuff that he was spinning for the soldiers was really interesting because they're upbeat, James Brown and a lot of Motown. So I love that about it. Beach Boys, just an incredible array of songs. But I really, really love that movie. Saw it in the theater. I had the open mat, and then I upgraded to the widescreen LaserDisc.
Which Ryan showed.
You lost image there.
Yeah, like you did in the theater.
Right. I was thinking too as I looked at this, and I don't have Good Will Hunting, but I love Good Will Hunting. And I thought I had Fisher King, but I have got the Fisher King Criterion Blue, so I don't know why I don't have the LD. But those would be my top three. And as you know, I don't have any I don't like because who would own a LaserDisc of a movie they don't like? That's just I don't know.
Popular LaserDisc podcaster, maybe.
Maybe I have the Phantom Menace. That's it.
A purist attitude. I wish I want to be you when I'm older, Vinnie. Someday I'll start selling off.
25 years, you'll get there.
Yeah. Someday I'll sell off Ewoks, The Battle for Endor, the fuck.
No. That's a Stone Cold classic.
And then I kept thinking about movies he's not in that he should have been in. Like, is he in JFK? If not, why not?
Nope.
Okay, so he should have been in that.
All right.
He should have been the Riddler. Was he ever rumored to be the Riddler?
Yeah, he was definitely rumored to be.
Yeah, he should have been the Riddler.
Before,
yeah,
we're gonna have to Photoshop a bunch of.
We got Tommy Lee Jones as the Riddler instead, who is just completely, I think, miscast in that role. So,
is there anyone? Oh, he's Two-Face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone?
Was he Two-Face?
Yeah.
Who was the Riddler?
Jim Carrey.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up.
Yeah. Spencer's not here to yell at me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there any other actor whose arguably two best movies both start with the same word in the title? Good.
I mean, I'd say Death to Smoochie's is best.
That's good too. If a dark horse for me would have been The Toy, because I think that's underrated.
I actually
Toys.
Toys.
The Levinson movie, Toys. Yeah.
I almost had that in mind too, but I'm on the fence on that one.
If you want to repeat quickly, what did you have?
I was it wasn't the top three. It was just three I grabbed. It was just Hook and Cadillac Man. And,
Cadillac's good.
Yeah. And
God, I hated Hook.
And Good Will Hunting. Yeah, Good Will Hunting and Hook, I was both like kind of.
Yeah. Hook didn't get better when I showed my kids. I thought it would, but I don't know.
I was saying earlier, like it got trashed so bad when it came out. I waited till 99 cents and I saw it and I'm like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And then I watched it again and I was like, yeah, it's not that great either. So.
Yeah.
I've never seen Hook, so.
There you go. It's pretty well beloved by a number of people. But.
A couple of people said, oh, I loved it when I was a kid. I'm like, that is not a good endorsement.
No. What I liked about Hook, I guess, was the practical sets, because that didn't happen much after that. Everything sort of became CG. And the fact that they built all those elaborate sets was pretty cool.
But then that was also my complaint, because I said that it looked so stagey. Like it didn't look natural at all. I was like, it just looks like a sound stage.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sponsored by
Hook.
I'm sponsored by a cider of some kind because I don't have all my stuff open, and Pfizer because I got a third shot today, so I might conk out any moment.
Oh man,
you got 6G now.
Club.
Yeah, I got the 6G chip, so
excellent. You could take the pills now too.
Yeah, I'm not even on the Zoom. I'm just like beamed to you.
Telepathic Vinnie.
Yeah.
You gonna stick around for the Wolfpack at the end of this, or you got somewhere to go?
I have a question. I have a burning question I've been meaning to ask, but I'll save that for later.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Topic. Yeah.
I think it's going to Chris now then.
Yeah. I had to go through and figure out. I thought I had about a half dozen more Robin Williams films than I do, but
I remember I forgot to pull Toys off the shelf and he just reminded me.
Yeah, but then it turns out that I just have like 3 copies of Mrs. Doubtfire. And I guess in my brain, each one of them is just a distinctly different experience.
Well, dude, do
There are a lot of
your
different
top
versions,
three
right?
Doubtfire. Yeah.
Top 3 Doubtfires? No,
Yeah.
no. I ordered as soon as I got roped into or politely asked to be part of this particular episode. I ordered a disc last minute. It showed up yesterday.
Lucky you. Mine showing up tomorrow.
Unlike Sam over here, who's not gonna,
I got
loser
hosed.
couldn't get his laser disc here on time.
Yep.
I got a pan and scan Japanese copy of the, I think, 1990 Penny Marshall film Awakenings, which is based on a book whose author I can't possibly remember, but
Oliver Sacks.
Yes, somebody was telling me that they'd read all of their books except for Awakenings yesterday. And I was like, that doesn't really help me because I'm watching this. But this is a great movie based on a true story of a group of catatonic patients who suffered from an encephalitis breakout in the 1920s and basically became comatose. The crude word would be they become vegetables. Robin Williams is a young, naive, kind of out of his league doctor who says, I want to give them an experimental drug, and they wake up. And Robert De Niro and Robin Williams have this wonderful chemistry in this movie. It's one of the few films I've seen where there's this zero attempt to make Robert De Niro like attractive or appealing at all. He really leans into the grotesqueness of what he's been afflicted with. And instead, Robin Williams is kind of the compassionate, interesting kind of male center of the movie, I would say, which is I wouldn't say he did that a whole lot in his career. He was never kind of the attractive one in his movies. He was always doing the weird stuff, and he was being funny, and he was the dad, and like in this movie, he's just like, he's a good dude. It's like, you know what? I'm glad that the voice of Marge Simpson, he finally asks her out at the end of the movie. Yeah, Marge Simpson is in this movie.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I was talking about it last night in our podcast chat that it's a little lifetimey, but I really appreciate the story it tells, and it does it so well. My second one was going to be the Mrs. Doubtfire CAV LaserDisc box set. But instead, I'll highlight a movie that I'm just coming fresh off of. I just, for the first time ever in my life, watched Jumanji. Jumanji was like this tent pole of elementary school life. Like everyone, at some point, everyone goes, "Yeah, dude, Jumanji, the greatest shit I've ever seen in my life." And like, people have yelled. They yelled at me in college when I told them
Who were these elementary school stoners you were hanging out with?
Yeah, right.
That's just my impression. I'm sorry. I teach high school.
Jumanji, dude.
I teach high school, and weed vaping is the in thing these days.
Fair enough. All right, fair enough.
So I just finished watching this. I think this movie's delightful. Obviously, it doesn't. There's a lot of things that don't really hold up if you scrutinize it. But this is a children's movie through and through. It stars children. It features characters who are basically arrested, developed, or adults who really stopped developing when they were children, and they're playing a big, nasty board game. And
yes,
what I love about this movie is that it has some of the worst special effects
monkeys,
I've ever seen in my life. But every single one of the lead cast, the children and the adults alike, just they do a great job of really selling the goofiness of this movie.
David Allen Greer's in it, right? It's great. He's the cop, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say probably one of the worst LaserDiscs I've ever watched. But also, this TV that I watched it on, I think it sucks. And the worst part about that is that it's so heavy that I never want to lift it out of its place again. Because if I do, I'm going to die.
So live with the suckiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I either have to mess with my R7G or get some serious noise reduction in there because it's a disaster.
Oh yeah, R7G on that thing should look pretty good.
Yeah, and it looked like shit. The disc looked like shit. Sounded great. Had a good Dolby Surround soundtrack. But it's also a pan and scan disc. Don't buy that disc. That disc was sent to me by.
Isn't there a very expensive Jumanji
There's a Muse.
There's
Yeah,
Muse.
but I don't have. I'm not independently wealthy. I can't
No, but
afford an
if you're not
HLD
if you're not a serial killer, you could just ask to go to someone's house and watch it on their system.
Hey, save it for the hot topics.
Yeah,
It's
come on.
Oh, is that?
Oh, it's on there.
Sam did give me an open invitation once many moons ago.
Yes.
If I ever find myself in
Yep.
the same general vicinity. So far,
Stop
I
on
haven't
by.
really left Western New York. There's this thing called the pandemic. Kind of
Mhm.
kept me grounded.
Fair enough.
Heard
The
you went
last
to the theater,
thing
though.
that I wanted to bring to the table, I would say just about everyone's come across a copy of the CAV THX certified LaserDisc of Aladdin. I was not satisfied with that particular release of it. That is the
Yep.
Poser's
Yep.
copy of Aladdin.
There you go.
It was the first LaserDisc that I ever saw. In the description, has excessive chroma noise, which to 15-year-old me meant absolutely nothing. To 26-year-old
though.
me, still nothing. But I have the Japanese LaserDisc box set. What's interesting about this particular release of the movie is that it has enough space in it for the American release, so you can throw in everything, and still, if you feel like it, I'm blowing it again. I thought I had another copy of it in here.
We don't believe you. You can't fit it in there.
Fuck, I've blown it like 3 times today. You might as well just throw me off a cliff. I've had a very long, dry day.
We trust you. We trust that it can fit in there.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
check
it
your
can fit
messenger.
in here. Totally can fit in here if you remove the foam, which begs the question, where is my copy of the American CAV?
I don't know.
THX
Some poser
copy
took
of
it.
Aladdin.
Put it in the cat box.
Yeah, it's in the
But,
cat box.
I'm not sure what the reasoning is, but Disney made a big name for themselves putting out box sets
Mhm.
of all of their animated features in the
Various
90s.
sizes.
In
Yeah,
Japan.
various sizes. You got Fantasia, which I recently lost to a basement flood.
Oh,
Did you really lose it?
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know, right? Now I just have the Japanese box, which is 3 times as thick.
let me just
Uh,
send you a US one then.
Yeah, Max has got you
Maxine, if
covered.
you send me one of those, I will send you every common disc I have left. And I was saving them for a special package to Luke, but I will send them to you instead. So
Luke is a
Aladdin,
one-way delivery system.
Yes.
Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast got Japan exclusive boxed sets that they have the really beautiful box art, which is shared with the standard CLV release of the film. It's got the feature film split across 2 discs in CAV, pretty much identical to the American release, and it's got an additional making of the feature film. And I've always really enjoyed this box set because I really enjoyed this movie.
How's the chroma noise, though?
The fuck is chroma noise?
It's noise in the colors.
Sure. You keep on telling yourself that. LaserDisc looks terrible in general if you have eyes in 2021.
Wow.
No.
Haters gonna hate.
That's
Well,
my review. Well,
why are you
again,
here?
I've got the worst fucking TV I've ever owned over here.
It's a Trinitron. How can it be bad?
Not all Trinitrons are created equally.
All right. Fair enough.
But
I can tell you from 2021, kids prefer the live action. I tried to get them to go back to the animated, but
I
they like that live
watched 10 minutes of the live action and turned it off and put on the really nice Blu-ray of the original that I have.
Oh.
But this is just it was the first big animated feature to prominently advertise itself with a celebrity in the lead voice. It was the first time Disney stepped out and said, hey, look at all this money we got. We got Robin Williams to play the genie.
Yeah.
And Robin Williams was basically like, are you fucking kidding me? I told you not to do that. And he swore off doing any work with Disney for a good 4 or 5 years until finally he came back for one of the Aladdin sequels. And that movie's not even good.
But the money was.
Yeah, the money was good.
I said the money.
Yep.
I mean, this is a staple of the LaserDisc collector's diet. The American copy, especially. I've owned several over the years. It's a lovely disc. It's a good movie. It's a tight 90-minute animated delight, and it was one of the first movies to come to theaters with a Dolby Digital soundtrack on the film. So it's a film of many firsts for
Nice.
Disney. and it's medium. And now I don't know where my Aladdin is. I don't know where my Phantom Menace is.
Oh no.
I'm missing a whole lot of discs and I don't know where they are. So now I'm just going to spend the rest of the podcast dry heaving.
All right. Wow. I thought you were gonna say looking for your missing discs, but
no,
dry
where
heaving
can I
is...
go? My cord's only this long.
All right, fair enough. Just continue dry heaving. Or just hyperventilate. You don't have to actually dry heave. Yeah. All right, what do you got, Max?
Wow. Since the ones that I brought, a lot of them were talked about.
You can double down.
Okay. Because I had a stack of like almost everything and I took it home. And then I, of course, forgot all the ones except the ones that were
excellent
on my list here. So
hey.
I will first talk about Jumanji.
Ah, okay.
Huge board game fan. So this one has a special place in my heart. I remember seeing this and it being really fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that
yeah,
beginning stuff with the board game is terrifying.
I was really scared of this movie. And like I just literally like only like yesterday or the day before, I forget which, I just watched this again for like the first time since I was a kid, and it holds up. Like it's not nearly as scary as I remember it being for some reason.
But yeah, you hear those drums when you're a kid and you're like, ooh.
Ooh, yeah, those drums. I don't know. Like, I guess I just felt like I was going to find this in my backyard somehow and then end up trapped in the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but I like that they take you like all the way through the game, and that I like that they take you all, like that he gets to return back to the point that he left from.
Yeah.
Because like I saw, you know, the newer Jumanjis and it was like, it was a little different, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
totally.
I liked about Jumanji, there was definitely a sadness running throughout most of the movie. And then that end kind of tastefully allows them to sidestep it. So you don't sit there going, holy fuck, these people, their lives are over.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like it's, again, very much a kid's movie. It's a very tasteful kid's movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I definitely I just realized I have a copy, of course, because it's rotted and everyone has a rotted one. So I have one.
Except for Maxeene, apparently. She's
got
got a good
don't.
one. Yeah.
I only have this terrible Japanese copy.
This
I have good luck with routers, but not that one.
Yeah. This was clean.
All right, nice.
Cool.
I got lucky. But yeah, I really enjoy that. I really love board games. I love that it's a tactile dice rolling board game rather than the new iteration being a video game. That really irked me. I was like, please, like, let's go back to like bringing back board games.
And the design is cool.
Yeah.
Monopoly has a credit card reader now.
I know.
You got to get with the
It's
times.
a kind of a problem. That's a problem.
That's interesting.
So, okay. The other one that I have mixed feelings on both of these, and I was unsure of which to show. And since we haven't talked about Flubber yet,
Team Flubber. I was supposed to watch it. I didn't watch it.
Flubber, more like farter.
More like flubbergasted.
Oh, that one's better than what I got. I'm gonna go leave in shame. This is just me taking the L all night.
Yeah.
What's different than any other time?
And this I had really mixed feelings on because I fully remember loving this as a kid. But I guess what I'm remembering is just the CGI portions of the actual Flubber. And like more specifically, that like really bizarre Flubber dance moment. Like I remembered like nothing else of this film. And it was apparent when I put this on and I was like, what am I watching? I remember zero of this. Like this is, I mean, I get it. It's like the original's The Absent-Minded Professor.
Yeah.
So they should have like, I don't know, maybe they should have called it not Flubber, because it's just like the fact that he is like the professor and that he just keeps forgetting everything just feels like cruel to her. Like more than it feels like, I don't know. It just felt like it rubbed me the wrong way. Like he literally like stood her up 3 times to get married. I was like, that's kind of rude. Like what? That's such a weird, rude thing. Like, why is that the entire beginning of the movie? And only for him to just like, I don't know. That's the weirdness to me. The Flubber portions of it, I really enjoyed. And all of just like the scenes with this, I mean, this is some peak 90s moments when he swallows the Flubber. I'm just like, what is happening? I had mixed feelings on this. So I don't know.
This is the good part about being old is you grow up with Robin Williams as Mork, and then you're too old when he starts making kids movies to watch them, which is good.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas I've never seen a single episode of Mork and Mindy.
What?
God, I wonder what a person from this era would think of Mork and Mindy.
Yeah,
which is a spin-off
would
of Happy
enjoy
Days,
it.
which makes no sense.
I mean,
They'll probably just think this guy's on
I've got all these
cocaine.
Volumes of
Yes.
Columbo over
Yes.
here. I can probably handle Mork and Mindy.
But if I told you
So-
an Alien sitcom was a spin-off from Happy Days, which is set in the 50s, would that make any sense to you?
Yeah, it was like.
Did it make any sense in the 70s? Probably not.
When you're a
No.
kid and we had 3 channels, everything was brilliant.
Yeah. Like if you're watching American Graffiti and your first thought is, I wonder if there was a comedic alien like hanging out with some one of these guys. Yeah.
Knock on Richie's door one night.
Yeah.
Listen, whatever gets asses in seats, I guess.
But jumping the shark was the problem. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
the
more.
alien friend. Yeah. All right.
Oh, I just want to say something on Hook. I just literally finished this afternoon. Totally, again, completely did not remember this the way that it was, but thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay.
I felt like it was a little bit slow, and the fact that it's 3 sides doesn't help.
It is slow.
But yeah, it's slow, but I feel like you do kind of need that, like just knowing who he became to really feel for him getting that back at the end. And I felt like the end was very like precious, and I really liked that. I felt like it was like very Little Rascals
Okay.
in a way, And yeah, I liked Dustin Hoffman a lot, and he was killing it. And I didn't like when you say like the thing about the sets, like I felt like, wow, this feels really grand and big, and like they're interacting with the actual things, and it felt like not CGI, which I always appreciate. But like it was, I don't know, it's just like it felt like you were in Disneyland and they were there doing this for you. And you were watching it.
It seems like someone was filming an
Yeah.
attraction at Disneyland. Yeah.
Yes, fully. And like
Definitely.
I was kind of like, I kind of like it, and then other things I was like, but I was very much on the fence about that. But over, like as a whole, I liked that. I liked it probably more than Flubber, but I don't know, the CGI from Jumanji versus the CGI from Flubber. I think those are only a few years apart, but like,
Yeah.
that's, I don't know, interesting.
Everyone was just only focused on the rhino in Jumanji. Like this is the best CG since Jurassic Park.
Good. It was
The
good. I didn't
monkeys,
notice that. The monkeys
not so
were
much.
questionable. Yes, they were questionable. And they shot the damn shotgun. I was like, damn.
Those
okay.
monkeys were rough. Yeah.
That shotgun blast kicks in Dolby Surround.
I
That thing
know.
like had me
Oh
sitting
my
up
God.
in my seat. I'm like, oh shit, I got to pay attention now.
I remember Hook as a musical, and then I realized there's no songs. Why do I remember it as a musical?
Because there's a Peter Pan musical from like 2000.
I guess it just.
Yeah.
I hated
Just-
when people decided after like 20 versions of something, we still needed another one.
Yeah.
I don't know why people keep going back to Peter Pan. It's not that. I
Because
mean,
it's
It is
cheap
very
to
classic.
license.
People don't want to grow up.
That said, I like the one with Jason Isaacs that they redid in the early 2000s. So
What Pan?
yeah, I think it was just called Peter Pan. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Pan. It was a oh god, something Wright. Joe
Yeah,
Wright.
Wright.
Joe
Joe
Wright.
Wright.
One of my favorite modern
That's
directors
different
who's,
than the other ones.
who's constantly falling astray of his
Mhm.
capabilities these days.
There's a different one. There's 2. There's the
Yeah.
Peter
Two
Pan.
Pans?
There's
Yeah, the mine was just like a
Yeah,
kids
see,
movie, but
there's too
Jason
many.
Isaacs was Hook, and he was good. Yeah.
Yeah, Pan was weird. It had like them seeing Nirvana as pirates.
Oh yeah, that one I didn't watch.
What that? No,
okay, that was the musical.
not a classic rock song.
What else you got there, Max?
So this is my top dog right here.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
So
nice.
this is Robin Williams in Fairy Tale Theaters, which is Shelley Duvall's
Yep.
and this is The Frog Prince.
What was that? Was that Showtime that show was on?
I'm not sure what channel it was
I
on.
want to say Showtime, but I could be wrong.
Possible. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a single-sided disc. But it's really good. This is like you're watching like a stage play. And this is from 1982. They are clearly using some version of I feel like green screen or some way to make Robin Williams be this big when Terry Garr is full size.
He was pretty small.
He's pretty small. Yeah, he's pretty small though. Like he's dressed in this like really ridiculous. I was trying to see if I can get a really good close on it, but if you can see, there's the scene right here. He's a frog.
Oh yeah.
And so that frog costume is terrifying. He's wearing like a leotard, a green leotard, and he like randomly sings a song. There is song in this. This is slightly musical.
That's what you're waiting for, Vinnie.
Yes, this is what you were waiting for. If you needed a musical with Robin Williams, right here we go.
When you held that up, I thought of Princess Bride, and that's another one he probably should have been in, and wasn't.
Oh, I know. He probably would have been really good at that. But this has that kind of vibe.
Sorry, what did Chris say?
I'm not going to repeat myself because I've said it before. I don't really like the Princess Bride, so.
I'll send you his address, Vinnie.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus.
All right, Ryan sent me a photo on
hamburgers,
Facebook.
baseball. What else don't you like?
Ryan's been sending me absolutely
Oxygen.
devastating photos. Should I open it right now?
No.
No. Please don't.
Continue, Max.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is one that's super enjoyable. It's just the kind of classic fairy tale, the spoiled princess, and then randomly she's like gifted this like golden ball and she's all obsessed with it, and then it falls in this well, and then Robin Williams, doing like a basically stand up as this frog, is like jumps into the well and brings it back, and it's narrated by, oh my gosh, it's totally Eric Idle. It's narrated by Eric Idle.
Okay.
And just it's a smaller cast, and so there is a slight reuse of characters, but just the whole environment, and they put like nose prosthetics on everybody just to like make them look like odd and medieval and things. But it's Terry Garr as the princess, and it's really cute, it's not long, and it's enjoyable, and it's funny, and he basically like makes this deal that he'll go get her ball for her if she like lets him come to the palace. And so he comes to the palace, and he's straight up doing another stand-up bit at the palace, like on the table. They're like trying to like cook him for dinner because they think he's there like to be the dinner rather than he's coming for dinner. He's the dinner. He's frog-like. Yeah. So it's just like, it's goofy, but this is really cute. I feel like no one ever talks about this. And this is not terribly hard to find. I have come across several of this particular one. Some of the fairy tale theaters are a little bit harder to come by. Yeah. But the whole series of fairy tale theater is great. This is just one of my favorites.
Yeah, how many of those are there? There's like,
I believe
not 10, right?
I want to say there's probably, I want to say there's, I mean, on my shelf it's about this wide.
Okay.
So
yeah,
probably about 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready for a Wolfpick?
Oh boy.
All right.
I always get roasted on these.
You're gonna love it. All right. So here's a chance to choose some movies that I would have obviously chosen if we had done a top 5, but we didn't do a top 5. We just did select 2. And one of these we've covered well before on this podcast. Dung. We're talking Robin Williams and Terry Gilliam together. You must choose between The Fisher King, which is here, Criterion, and Adventures of Baron Munchausen, also Criterion.
Totally forgot. I've got that. That's amazing. Wow, that's a good call.
Yeah, right. So Robin, Gilliam. I mean, I'm sure Ryan will find a DTS copy of one of these, right?
It's on a boat somewhere.
He's gonna glue one together with his bare hands.
Yeah. What's your choice?
Well, one of them hangs dong, and the other doesn't.
That would be this one. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go with the Baron, because it's got, is it Uma Thurman? Young Uma Thurman?
It does have Uma Thurman. Yes.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go. All right. Good call. What do you got, Chris?
She hangs something.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I spent several years trying to get an affordable copy of Baron Munchausen before I had an income. You know, I collected a lot of LaserDisc between the years of 2010 and 2015 when I really didn't have a job. So I never found one. I did, however, find a $2.99 copy of the Fisher King Criterion. I watched it. I have a lot of respect for that movie, and I find it to be, you know, just a generally moving movie. Terry Gilliam made a lot of weird, strange movies in his time as a mainstream filmmaker. This is probably his most accessible one, and it's still pretty dark, pretty moody, pretty sad, but it's I could put this on in front of my mom and she would get into it. Whereas if I put her in front of like Brazil
Yeah.
or I tried
Really
to
get into
watch
it.
Time Bandits
All right.
with my parents, and me and my dad were like, yeah. My mom was like,
My mom actually saw Time Bandits in the theater without me and hated it. And then I yelled at her and made her take me. And then I loved it. And then she kind of liked it a little bit more the second time. But
yeah, I mean, Terry Gilliam's fantastic filmmaker, whimsical, wild, goofy guy. The Fisher King is a great movie. I'm sure Baron Munchausen is. I couldn't find it in its day, and I have a lot of remorse for not following that up.
there's still time. We can make it happen. All right, what do you got, Max?
Buy it right now.
There you go.
Well, I unfortunately have not seen either of these.
Aha, perfect. We have to have one person every episode who hasn't seen either of the Wolfpicks. So.
I know. I don't know. The Fisher King, it's just one of those ones where the cover I was fully confused by and never had anybody tell me anything about it other than Hanging Dog.
Hanging Dog,
none of the art has ever done it justice. I guess the Blu-ray art is kind of interesting. It's really just the cup, right? So
yeah.
The grail.
Just that.
Okay.
Grail.
Yeah, it's a hard movie to market.
Mm-hmm.
But you should see it. It's incredible.
Yeah, it was one
my takeaway.
Yes.
Right.
The other one, yes, yes, that one. Pretty much every time I've ever had a copy of that, somebody seems to buy it before I get to watch it. So, I've never seen that either. Yeah, but I think I don't know. The cover of that just looks a little bit like, I don't know, like Hook, or am I wrong?
Another weird cover. It's one of the few discs I bought early on. I bought the Japanese version because the cover was so cool, the Japanese cover, and Sam will put it in post right now. It's really cool.
Yeah, hope you like it. So what's your choice, Vinnie? Oh, Max didn't choose yet.
I'll choose Baron.
Oh,
okay, all right. What's your choice, Vinnie?
Fisher King. I totally forgot. There was all these movies I thought Robin Williams was in. I forgot the one he was actually in. Munchausen. Munchausen's super cool, but it's weird. But Fisher King, Chris nailed it. It's his most accessible movie. Maxine, just to give you briefly, James Bridges plays essentially a Howard Stern type radio shock jock who crosses paths with this basically crazy homeless guy played by Robin Williams.
Okay.
And they sort of form this bond, and you learn about how Robin Williams became homeless and how it affects Bridges' life. It's really incredible. Yeah. It's just an amazing movie. There's really nothing else like it. It's so good. And I have
it's unparalleled.
Yeah. And I have a weird relationship to it only because if anyone who lives in New York and has been to film premieres or is in that scene knows a guy named Radio Man, who is essentially a homeless guy who oddly is obsessed with celebrity culture and goes to he rides a bike with a radio on it that plays, and he goes to every red carpet premiere, and he's always there, and he knows every actor. They all know him. They'll stop and go over to talk to him, even though he looks like he's going to kill you. But they'll always leave their handlers to go talk to Radio Man. And he is a dead ringer for Robin Williams. It's uncanny. So Williams, easily influenced by this guy Radio Man, who is a New York staple. There's a documentary about Radio Man. He's really interesting. You look him up. I think he's still alive. He's still around. I saw him maybe 3 or 4 years ago outside of a screening. So that's really, it's really interesting. But to hear the backstory of the Williams character and how he got, it's always interesting to me because you walk through a city, in LA or anywhere, and you see homeless people, and you're like, well, how did they get to that place? What got them there? Yeah. And to sort of through the movie, you get to learn how he got to where he is. And then because it's Gilliam, there's these fantastic fantasy sequences and some really cool stuff. And Mercedes Rule, I think the Mercedes Rule, she got nominated for Oscars. Did she win? She was really good in it.
Good question.
And Bridges is the best. And he's so good in everything. And this is one of his best roles.
Yeah, I would say this was like the end of peak Bridges until
as a radio guy, he does radio, and then he also runs a video store. So it's
right. Yeah, there's lots of cool video stuff.
Come on, Yeah, this is my pick too out of the two.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm changing my pick then. That sounds.
Oh,
you
fantastic.
Should watch them both.
Okay.
Fisher King you should watch first.
And
I feel
totally
like,
very different. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Williams' best movies he never got to make. You know what I mean? I feel like he'd be making his best movies now as he got older and got, you know, I think he had a bad agent, or he just had made some poor choices. Like he could have been a lot better. As we went through the list and you realize, well, there's some good movies here, but he never just quite, other than Good Will Hunting, which was like perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have made some better movies like Fisher King that really used him well as not as a lead, as the second lead, and really made use of him as a character actor, because he's an interesting guy and never really got, and this is closest, unfortunately, to what we learn about his real life later, right? Closest to a guy who's fighting all these demons.
Yeah, I'm looking through what he made after the format ended, and most of these movies are very inconsequential. I will say,
he did like 1 Hour Photo.
Yeah, 1 Hour Photo.
1 Hour Photo.
Bicentennial Man.
Yeah, he did 1 Hour Photo and Insomnia in the same year.
Yeah, that was his
that's a
villain
killer.
stage.
But
Yeah.
it's like
that's the path he should have been continuing.
He did like RV.
Oh God, don't even get me
Man
started
of
on
the
that one.
Year.
I saw that in the theaters.
Roosevelt, Night at the Museum.
Merry Friggin' Christmas is a classic.
Oh, Night at the Museum's fun.
Yeah. It's all right. It's a great kids movie. It's not much if you're an adult watching it, I would say.
I'm trying to think of his contemporaries. Like there's only one Tom Hanks, but I guess he maybe could have been Hanks, or maybe like Murray, maybe, but he just never
Hanks
quite
adjacent.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, he made a lot of Disney movies in the 90s, and he kind of came up with Disney, you know, with Dead Poets. Didn't Disney?
That's Touchstone, yeah.
Yeah,
Touchstone,
it was
yeah.
Dead Poets Society.
Did anyone pick
they did Good Will Hunting.
Wow.
No one picked Popeye either.
Yeah.
Popeye is on my list of movies to dig into eventually. I know it's got a reputation. I love watching movies with reputations.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of reputations, who's this Luke guy? Where'd he come from?
I'm here. Christ.
Hello.
Now it's a party.
I thought you were dissing us. I thought we got ghosted, but now you're here.
Reputation.
Oh, I'm back. I'm here for a little bit. Yeah.
What's your choice between the Munchausen and Fisher King?
Ooh, I did watch Fisher King recently, and I mean, I liked it just fine, but I don't know if it aged well. I mean, it's good. There's a lot of parts that I really like. It's really dark, and I talked about this before. The
Hanging Dong.
The Hanging Dong, yeah.
Oh my God! I just say hanging down one time, and that's all. I'm just a monkey to y'all.
It's your stick now, yeah.
It's my stick. Yes, of course. The most famous scene in Fisher King is that he gets naked and he lets it all loose. That's all. That's what we should do in life. Is just let it all out there.
That's what sold the tickets, yeah.
Yeah. No, that one scene where they, those guys are coming to beat up Robin Williams, the homeless people, and they're like, "Let's burn them." I'm like, holy fuck! Like this movie's crazy. But yeah. But if I was to pick, I used to really like Munchausen growing up. I haven't watched it again in a long time. But that's a hard choice. If I had to pick, I don't even know. I don't even want to pick.
Wow.
So, yeah.
The one time you actually have the information to make an informed decision,
I know.
You can't do it.
Ryan,
let's go with Munchausen because I'll go with Munchausen because it's crazier. Like it's Gilliam more crazier. Like Gilliam,
fantastical. Yep.
Yes, he didn't write Fisher King. He's like 2 rules in Hollywood: never do a movie you don't write, or something like. And then he broke both rules with Fisher King.
And maybe
Holler's butt over there. That was something.
Nice. I'll zoom in on that later.
Yeah, please do. Ooh.
Ryan, what were your picks? I missed your 3.
Oh, I had I skipped Good Will Hunting because Sam took it.
Yep.
I talked about how dark this movie is and how just depressing it is, but it's really cool to watch.
Yeah.
And then
of course, rewatch that. Yeah.
And last but not least, the Honkin' box set.
Oh yeah.
Because it's got James Bond in it.
What about Luke? You got any Robin Williams discs since you're since you're here?
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, the first one I'm going to do is this Walter Hill classic, The Long Riders. We're doing Walter Hill movies, right?
No, that's next podcast.
Oh, okay.
Who's Walter Hill?
What about this Walter Hill classic, The Driver?
No, we're doing Robin Williams. Sorry. You didn't get the memo. Yeah.
Sorry.
Am I supposed to kick him out now or just
Walter Hill?
Let him go for a bit.
So I don't have I don't have a lot. That's probably why I didn't want to do this one, because I just have this guy right here, the Japanese guy.
Oh, well, there we go. I showed. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they say he did this. He was only on set for like 2 weeks, right, or something. That's what I heard. And I mean, you can make fun of the movie all you want. It's still like it came out good. Yeah. But it came out like right at that time in my life where it's like, I love this movie. I'm going to make more choices in my life. I love it. Yeah, it's a great movie. I do like it a lot.
Lots of great Boston stuff too. You know, they're hanging out in the Boston Commons. So as a big Boston dude, like I appreciated that.
Yeah, when you got a movie written by Affleck and Damon, it's going to be Boston.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for The Last Duel, which was basically retro French Boston. So.
French Boston.
That's my take.
The other two I would pick real quick is Hook. I really liked Hook growing up. I mean,
we repped that.
Yeah,
we already hooked on Hook.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the last one that is going to be out of left field that I watched growing up was I already forgot the name of it. Hold on.
Must have been memorable.
I think it was called Out of Left Field.
Yeah, it's called Shut the Fuck Up.
Shut your pie hole, Vinny.
It's been really good.
Hold on, just talk amongst yourself.
It's funny. Every time I talk about Robin Williams movies, my wife's like, "You're going to talk about Heart Beeps?" And I'm like, "Nope, that was Andy Kaufman." So
see, that's how
she's got Vinnie disease.
That, Luke once worked minorly in education. While he's looking for his thing, he says, "Talk amongst yourself," which is something you don't hear outside of a fucking classroom. And you actually, in today's teaching, you never want to say that because you will never get your class back.
Well, when he spins the chair around and has straight talk with us, we'll simmer down.
I can't do that.
Was it Shakes the Clown, Luke? Was that
no,
it?
It was not Shakes the Clown. No? Anybody? No? No honest guess.
The Survivors.
Oh my God.
On the Hudson.
You know what? You'll never know. How about that?
Moscow.
Cadillac Man.
Hudson. It was Moscow and Hudson.
Oh,
was it Father's Day?
Oh.
Was not
No, it's not Father's Day. The best thing about Father's Day is that when that movie came out, that's why both of them are in that Friends episode. Remember that? Like they both made a very short cameo on Friends at the same time together, and it was to promote Father's Day.
I mean, it's got Sugar Ray's Mark McGrath in it.
Wow.
Oh, it's fucking
He's like a plot device.
Oh
Does
my
no
God,
one have
incredible.
Williams stand-up discs?
No,
I do.
I mean, he does, but
do I want them? No, I probably wouldn't. I think, talk about Williams, I feel like he did movies to make money by the end. It's just like, I need to support my my divorce probably. So he just kind of put art on the shelf and then just did whatever he could to make the much money.
Are you saying you don't love and respect old dogs?
No.
All right. What's everybody's stance on this new kid that's trying to like promote himself through his Robin Williams film?
I don't think it'll lead to him being cast in a biopic. Maybe like the Lifetime version of that biopic that someone else will get.
Well, that was always the weird thing about that. It's like it was definitely put out there as you were intended to react. This guy should be in a Robin Williams film, and that was the intention of putting that out there. That's
so his agent can walk in with all the with all the social media hits.
So, it's like when Vin Diesel made a movie about Vin Diesel, or he made a movie about being a struggling actor trying to get a job, and that's whatever. Check out some of the early Vin Diesel stuff.
I do not know that one. I know he's talking about Triple X. Iron Giant.
No, before he got cast in Saving Private Ryan, he did a short one called what the hell's the name of it? And he just plays Vin Diesel basically in it.
I mean, I've seen all 9 Fast and Furious movies. I'm pretty sure he just is Dominic Toretto at this point.
Well, I mean, that's how the iRobot guy got his got the part for oh God, I should know names. For Queen, right? The Queen movie, because he made that dumb short on YouTube.
Mr. Robot Guy. Yeah,
Mr. Robot Guy. Yeah. That's how we got it. So that's how things happen.
Todd, he's what's new in dance. Remy Malek. All right. You guys ready to do pickups?
SNL. Oh, pickups.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Oh boy, what am I?
Okay.
Oh, do you want to do the other thing first, Ryan, or
whatever?
We can do that first if you want.
I do need to prepare.
I'm prepared.
I'm prepared, but
I don't know what it is.
All right, we'll do pickups first, and then we'll cycle back to this because it's actually pretty cool. And maybe someone will pull something out of their ass. So, yeah. All right. Anyways, pickups.
Isn't that all I ever do?
Let's do it. I actually picked up a couple hundred from the guy I know in Massachusetts. But I didn't really get a chance to prepare them or pull them for that. So I'm just going to show some other random things I got. Father's Day. Yeah. Hooray. That was in a lot. And
it's not a late release or anything, is it?
I don't think so. Like 97?
So that looks
Late
mid-90s.
adjacent.
But it is AC3. So I have to hold on to it because it's AC3. So
Oh, yeah.
there you go.
Pop in soundtrack.
And of course, Flubber,
Yes.
got that in a lot as well. So
Now you can understand.
yeah.
You
And
definitely talked about that when you got that. That lot's been simmering for a while, hasn't it?
because, oh yeah. So now I've got 2 giant lots I have to deal with now. And because it's widescreen, I'm holding on to
Yes.
Out for Justice. So only
Yes.
because it's widescreen.
It's a good
so,
movie.
yeah. Sure. We'll go with that. And Luke sent me some stuff. What a guy. And I'm actually dying to watch this. So I'm going to fire this up this weekend. It is some sort of weird background video kind of stuff. Visions of Odyssey.
Oh, you got that.
But it's apparently a jazz musician, Haru Takeuchi. So it's all his like kind of funky jazz stuff with like crazy like stoner visuals and stuff. So
Let me know how that is. That sounds
yeah, I'm going to peep that for sure. And he also sent me, Vinnie will enjoy, of course, some Hammer, but of course the James Bond, the action
that
one.
one, yeah.
So yeah, so you got to have that. Hammer
There's
times.
one or two I'm missing. There's too many of them.
And what else? I finally got a nice non-beater copy of Ringo Lam's City on Fire. Yay!
Ooh,
with
cool.
Chang Fat. Fantastic film. And here's where Spencer rolls in and goes, "We're going to Tarantino, ripped it off of Reservoir Dogs." And finally, I've been looking for this forever. The Hong Kong release of A Better Tomorrow 1. So with Chang Fat. Boop. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Killer
what
film.
is the dubbing subtitle status of those two?
They all have subtitles because in Hong Kong it was illegal to put the films theatrically without Mandarin and English subtitles. But on the negative side, the scans were usually, taken from theatrical prints and scanned on poor equipment. So if any of the white subtitles are against like bright white backgrounds, sometimes can't read them that well. And sometimes the telecine engineers kind of overzoomed a little bit and they disappear off the side of the screen, but you get the gist of things. It's also this one is bilingual too, so it's got Cantonese and Mandarin on the different audio tracks.
Extremely helpful.
Though it's always interesting when it's one's on the left channel and one's on the right channel, and you start the disc and it starts playing with both playing in stereo. It's really funky, so you have to get ready to ride that button. And I also got you probably can't really see it, but I got another cube right there, so to fill in all those. It's all old band discs except for some TV stuff in there. So shout out to Spencer. I got 4 cubes of OMDs. I know he's gonna love that thing. So yeah, I finally was able to clear up like a ton of space with all boxes and stuff, and finally put that in there. So there you go. I know Vinny's gonna want to buy some cubes. And
if I turn this camera on, you guys, it looks like Ellie's bedroom in here. It's like 5 times 10.
Fair enough. All right, what do you got, Ryan? What do you pick up?
I picked up a few discs. Got sent a few discs. So I got this sweet movie that you can tell is the movie's named by this.
Yes.
It's,
Rampage.
Rampage. You can almost see it.
I love that Sam reads.
I read katakana now. Yay!
That's so great.
But this is apparently the uncut version. So
and it also says Michael Bean on top of that, in case you didn't know who was in it.
Ooh.
Great.
I did not have this movie. So
nice.
This is a late release. This is like a 99 release.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, sure is.
Say what?
I have the snapper
It's a
case.
good-looking disc, I would say.
Pilf 2700.
That was a super common snapper, if I remember.
Yes, it was.
Sweet looking like Brotirianus cover. The Berlin Conspiracy. There we go.
That looks rad as hell.
Yeah. Got a whole cast on the back that you can actually read, which is a rarity that like you can see the cast.
Nice.
No Man's Land.
Nice.
Sweet. Did not have this. So
That's cool.
filling in some blanks. We'll keep going. Physical Evidence, a Burt Reynolds.
Oh yes.
Teresa Russell. Coin and Tate.
Oh,
Sweet looking film.
yeah.
Right?
Cover.
Is that
Dog.
Schrader? Who's
Yeah,
in
One
that?
for the dog.
Yeah.
The most amazing cover for Rent-A-Cop.
Nice.
Just straight heater for this cover.
Wow.
Wow.
Cover's probably better than the movie, but you know, why not? Let's see. Trying to keep these things in order. Doing a poor job. And Out of Bounds.
Ah,
Yes.
one of Max's
So
sort of
I've
favorites.
not
yeah.
seen this
It's
yet,
the
so
top.
really
It's the
excited about
top.
that.
Good LA film. Good vibes to the whole vibe of it is great.
And he slipped in a non-Japanese disc in the box. It is a Singapore pressing of Rent-A-Kid, which is
Wow.
amazing.
Wow.
What's all the stuff on the front? What is that? Like a
That's just like some like rental thing. I don't know.
Library.
Or is that the sensor stuff too? Or oh,
No, this is like
yeah.
the rental thing. Whatever like junk store you found it in, this was
Mhm.
like gold.
Yep.
And it's even got the here's the film sensor sticker. So
Wow.
yeah, amazing.
What is it with those releases that make everyone look lobster red?
I
That dude,
believe
like,
that
love
they
it.
used the cheapest printing
Yeah.
process they could find.
it's like,
And a few more things. I got Elephant Man. I don't know if you've
nice
heard of
What?
reissue.
this is the 99 widescreen. I believe it's
whoa.
so
That's
98,
fucking
maybe it's
nice.
98, but either way,
Notice the new Pioneer logo.
got the little widescreen there. There it is. And then I finally got this in.
Ah, look at you.
I just kept forgetting to bid on it, and then one day I didn't forget to bid on it. Amazing how it works.
Yep.
So cool. And then I got a few music discs. Listening to one before we started. This is the White Snake Starkers in Tokyo. It's
Yep.
acoustic, so it's Coverdale and Vandenberg only, and like a
Oh.
coffee shop. So
Yeah, I know who those people are.
Yeah, you do.
why did we hit the admit button? All right.
Right?
I got some Van Halen hits.
Yeah, hopefully Luke
All of
knows
them
these guys.
because I mean this was late 90s, so
There was no
Famous
volume
one.
2.
I mean
Is that mostly Hagar era stuff?
I think it's both. It starts at jump, so it's-
Okay.
but it does have humans being, so you know. That's,
Oh man, all right.
yeah, way to finish it strong,
Yeah, man.
or just finish it.
Yeah.
This band, Bon Jovi, with their
Nice.
breakout,
Oh.
sweet songs, early stuff,
I don't know any of those.
and then late or mid Bon Jovi now. At the time, it was
Nice.
late.
Gosh.
Top
You should
Obi.
make the videos. I mean,
Wow.
you really moved far from like
Yep.
80s hair to
So good.
just 90s cool.
Yeah.
So,
I have their breakout, but the jacket's different.
yeah,
They must
yeah.
have did a few different pressings in Japan, I guess.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then I got this one too. I don't know if you've heard of this. Mike the
Yes.
Wizard, aka the Wizard of
Wizard of
Speed.
Speed
Time.
and Time.
And the cool thing is it's got this like crazy like LD single sticker, which I don't know if you know anything about this, but there's an 8-inch like promo disc that some of these came with.
Wow.
And
Oh,
it's
nice.
Cool.
not for sale. So I didn't even know this existed till it showed up inside of it.
What's on it?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's like a making of or
Yeah, probably make enough. I think it
What's,
looks
Opening.
Wow.
so yeah, I've got that. I got them both at once and didn't even know the second one existed because it was just jammed in. And I'm like, why is this weirdly shaped? But I now have Wizard of Speed and Time, which is one of those that seemed to have eluded me until I finally got lucky. So yeah, just common stuff. So I'll pass it off to Chris.
Yeah, actually, for once, if you see my dining room, it actually looks like I bought and collected quite a few laser discs. Usually, I'm coming up dry, but I got a couple of interesting things. Mostly, Luke was out there in the trenches, digging through every hard off he could find, and
Say
he
what?
picked up a couple of discs. I do promise I did seek out one of these discs on my own and purchase them independent of Luke. But Luke,
Can we
Luke-
guess?
big
Can we
boy
guess
now.
which one? How about
One
have a
night-
guess?
one night at about 2:00 a.m. my time,
I think so.
Luke sent me a message. All I saw was it said "you up," And of course, there was also he sent a photo, but you can't see the photo in the notification. But he sent me a lovely photo of a sun-faded, delightfully sun-faded copy.
They're cool. It's cooler if it's sun-faded.
Of an arcade super play of the Sega arcade classic Outrun. I am a loyal, devoted Sega fanatic. I have like 6 Sega Saturns, 4 Dreamcasts, a couple of Genesis consoles. I have played every version of Outrun that's ever been made. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Spencer, shout out to Spencer. He's also a big fan of this arcade game. If you're not familiar with it, the whole point of this game is to drive into the horizon in your sick Ferrari with your hot girlfriend while listening to banging tunes.
Sounds like
AKA every day in the 80s for me.
Yeah, I mean,
every day of my life right now.
I mean, it's a masterful arcade game. It came out in 1986 when it was the first of its kind. It's got some brilliant music, some great gameplay decisions. This is literally just a playthrough of the game set to every single one of the musical or the music tracks. There's like 4 major tracks in Outrun, and the visual quality, it's either this fucking goddamn TV or the goddamn disc, but it looks like trash because they're recording it. This disc came out in 1987.
I played it before. I played it before I sent to you, and it looked fine. So I'm
okay. I think your stuff
sucks. Is this
since all your discs are
fucking trash?
Get rid of the TV.
I really think I need to get rid of this goddamn TV. It's driving me nuts.
Sounds like it.
You should just like throw it on the ground.
Yeah, right now. Like in a rage.
He sent me another super play. This is another 2 games.
Nice.
I should have mentioned Outrun was one of the first big hits by Sega arcade game designer Yu Suzuki. This was another 2 games that he worked on and produced. Super Hang-On is a motorcycle racing game. Afterburner is a fighter jet piloting game. Both of them use the same arcade board as Outrun, so it's a lot of just you're static and the screen is moving around you to simulate motion using what's called the superscalar technique. But it's high digital energy background video. So this is just.
So I would like to ask, why do you think these discs were made? Who is the target audience here? Like, is it like a promo disc or what's going on?
Well, so this disc, well, first of all, just to date itself, it was available on VHS and beta. These are Sony productions. This is a Pony Laservision disc.
Pony Canyon, yeah.
Was it sold to the public or was it something played in stores? Like,
I'm thinking it was something played because it says 12/16 on sale, video cassette.
Does it have a price in the front of the movie at the top?
Was it like, hey, buy this disc and see how awesome this game is going to be?
6,800 yen. So what I'm thinking is that this was either used to market the game when it eventually, both of these games came out. This one received a port to the Sega Master System. This one received a Sega Genesis port, which I have up here somewhere, but I don't feel like going to get it right now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, this was also sold for collectors. Sega was a phenomenon. They had arcades all over Japan. Luke, you've probably seen or been in a Sega arcade establishment.
Assuming a lot there. So.
Yeah.
Just woke up in one.
And
yes, I have seen them. There are still signs for them.
This because of when it came out, I'm not sure if this was used to market the game and stuff, because these are both late 80s games, and this is definitely a 90s disc, just based on the quality. And there's definitely advertisements for other discs that are just super plays. This was a thing. I can't tell you why the super plays exist. But
they were just into, they were into it before we were, kids watching people.
Yeah, it was the
It's a Let's Play
Twitch stream. Yeah, it's a Let's Play, but it's on LaserDisc and it's carved into stone. And man, I fucking hate playing Afterburner. I am so bad at Afterburner. It's
best
embarrassing.
The best thing about those discs, though, is if you buy them and you know what they are, and then you post them on LDF, the guy will eventually roll in and go, "That's not the actual game, you know. You blew your money and you're stupid."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know exactly what it is. And
then
here's my
another-
fist coming through the screen into your face.
Another disc that Luke sold to me in a pair with that Afterburner and Super Hanging. This is a Sega Amusement CG World disc. This one feels more like an advertisement than the first two discs. This one has playthroughs of the hardest possible levels of games such as Virtual Racing, which is maybe my favorite racing game of all time. It's got a high skill playthrough of Virtual Fighter, an expert playthrough of Daytona USA. There's a game on here called Desert Tank that I don't think ever made it to a home console, so nobody gives a shit about it. You got Virtua Cop playthrough, Virtual Fighter 2, Sega Rally. These are the games that really I worship at the altar of the people who designed and brought these games and their hardware to the arcades in the 1990s. This was like peak Sega for me, as someone who's a devout fan of this video game corporation. This was just like true creative output. They pushed and broke through several barriers to make games like Virtual Racing and Daytona USA. If this was a video game podcast, we could do an entire episode.
It's not. It's not.
It is today.
Let's
Where are
make
they
clear
now?
it's not right, because I
Damn it, Luke, why'd you send him all this stuff?
If this was a video game podcast, we could spend 3 hours just talking about the legacy
We just
of
did.
all of these games.
Wait,
Sam,
I'm a
Pickups
novice.
thing.
Where
It's not an
Hop
in-depth
off,
video
my
game
dog.
segment.
do they? Where is Sega now? Like, are they as a company?
So Sega was a major console manufacturer.
No, I know who they were, but where
Don't
are they?
feed into it, Benny.
What do you mean?
Just
Where are
wonder
they now?
Yeah.
Well, they made that movie.
Yeah, they
Sonic, the
their
Sonic movie.
console market collapsed in 2002. They divested out of the hardware industry. Now they are a video game developer and publisher. They've made a couple of major games in the last couple of years. You may have heard of the Yakuza franchise of video games.
I've heard of the Yakuza.
Yeah, but they made a big game
What?
franchise based on the
Oh yeah, Luke's a member now.
based on the Yakuza. They publish a lot of smaller titles here and there. They keep making Sonic the
Ryan's
Hedgehog
asleep.
games,
Ryan's
even though
asleep.
nobody wants them
We're-
to.
Were you playing them when they were out? I don't know the timeline. Were you playing them, or you weren't alive?
I've had them. I have my father's Sega Genesis, which he
Okay,
purchased
there
in
it is.
'91. I was
Okay.
born in '95. I grew up
Okay.
with these games in the house.
Got it.
I got a Sega Saturn in high school. I'm kind of
Dreamcast. You
yeah,
got a Dreamcast?
my dad invested in the Dreamcast in
Nice.
2003 when
Like
they were
bought stock
going.
and Dreamcast.
Yeah, when they were. Yeah, that's why I have like 4 Dreamcasts. Is because my
Nice.
dad bought a shitload of Dreamcasts. Because what he did was he unfortunately had 4 kids, and there weren't a
Right.
lot of cheap game consoles that supported 4 people at the same time. You could get a Dreamcast and like 15 games for like $100.
Play some Soul
He-
Calibur, baby.
So,
Yeah.
we played Soul Calibur back in the day. So we when I was growing up, always had consoles that could play with 4 people because there were 4 Howler kids. And so the
We're
Dreamcast,
aware of the Howler family tree. I'm sorry, keep going.
man,
Keep going. You know I love you, Howler. Keep going.
Luke sent me this. He
Whoa.
was like, do you have
Whoa.
this?
Is that
Do
the
you
movie?
need
You know-
this?
It's
And
a
I was
movie.
just like,
Okay.
I don't know anything about Mr.
You
Bean.
will love it. So
Oh God,
So
I-
this is on my
He's gonna
list.
hate it.
I'm gonna
he's
gonna
it's
gonna
like
watch
love it.
Sega, but better.
that's
4
not
letters.
possible.
What do you need? What do you need?
So he gave me
Sega
a copy
adjacent.
of Mr. Bean the movie. I'm looking forward to watching this. I
Yeah,
love
because
you
Rowan
never-
Atkinson.
You said
The
you never
best part-
seen it.
Sorry, the best part about
Yeah.
Bean is he doesn't talk.
Yeah, and I'm
Whoa,
looking
burn.
forward to it. I know the legacy.
Oh my god!
Vinny's on that moonshine. He's dropping sick burns.
I thought that was straight
Got
piss.
in a Japanese pressing of Judge Dredd. I mentioned in the the sci-fi episode when I brought up Judge Dredd and talked about how it was great, even though it's really a steaming pile
Told
of
you
shit.
never
That
tell
I-
me you like something.
But Judge Dredd is one of my favorites of the '90s. It's a terrible movie, but I find it delightful.
And he's
So
got the
sent a
helmet on
copy
in that
my
jacket.
way.
art.
I know. He
Yeah,
never wears
yeah,
it.
but you know, don't make me pull out the American disc where he's got the helmet off. I don't want to kill you, Sam.
All right, fair enough. Continue.
And then what was it? Last episode I was on? Everyone shit on me because I hadn't seen Howard the Duck.
Yep.
So
Yes.
of course,
I would not have.
Oh.
I would not.
Yes.
Of course, there it
course
is.
I've got myself a copy, and I got the 4K Blu-ray in that Altman was not impressed by when I mentioned that I purchased it.
Okay,
I have
hold
not-
on 1 second. Holler, sorry to interrupt. So that disc is very common in Japan. I knew I was going to get you on when I went there.
Yeah.
Look inside that disc.
Ooh.
There are VHS stickers in there that someone like typed Howard the Duck on it. The only thing I can imagine is that someone was bootlegging it.
Yeah, probably.
From that disc.
Amazing.
I almost kept that, but I was like, I don't need that in my life, and so I gave it to you.
You
Oh,
just
it was
uncovered
in
like a
there.
secret bootlegger operation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I
There's
actually
types,
hadn't
right?
opened it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. It's the stack of VHS tape labels.
It
Wow.
says Howard the
And
Duck on it, right?
there's several of them with Howard the Duck. Yeah, this is
Yeah, I thought
very
that was really cool.
clearly,
Now
a
it's up to you to
bootleg
continue the
enterprise.
legacy and,
Yeah.
and
So
make
I
some
need to
VHS
boot
Now
that.
you need to
desktops.
watch it.
If I ever come on the podcast and talk to you about my VHS bootlegging,
That would be
industry,
awesome.
I
Yeah.
would need you
I
to
would do
put
that.
me out of my misery.
Okay.
I hate VHS.
Oh,
If you put a VHS near me, I will kill you.
Sounds like
If
you're gonna
you
get
try
watch
and
mail, buddy.
convince me that it's got that
Yep.
nostalgic look, I will beat you with a copy of Speed on LaserDisc.
Yeah, when he goes to a flea market, there's just a trail of dead behind him because of all the
That's why
VHS
I
incidents.
don't go to
Yep.
flea markets, Sam.
Yeah, because
If you ever try and convince me to watch a VHS tape,
How's
I
that for a
will
VHS for you,
freaking-
buddy?
nice.
Yeah.
I will scream so
Oh,
hard.
Vinnie
that
even
my
has one
speakers will
nearby.
fall over.
Yeah.
Get it away from me! God, no!
Look at that
No!
beautiful cover. Look at that beautiful thing.
That thing, the cover is nice.
Yeah.
You can't argue with the art, but it's the thing inside, the magnetic tape. It's just so shit.
Even as I had
Ugh.
them, I hated them. But I understand.
Luke
got anything
also sent me a copy of Amistad because I mentioned once in our chat that I didn't have one with the Obi.
Nice.
I opened it up like 2 months ago and I put it somewhere and I found it when I was cleaning. I haven't mentioned this on the podcast, but the basement that I'm sitting in flooded last week.
Yep.
So I had to unearth a whole lot of things to kind of get things out of the way to save everything. Zero casualties. It was a massive production, but
Except for Fantasia, right?
Yeah, except
Yes.
for Fantasia.
again, zero casualties.
All right.
Nothing of value was lost.
Yep.
There's an address in South Carolina we can send.
Yes.
copies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still send it.
And then the last pickup I got, this came in yesterday. This one I bought. It is a late pressing of the feature film
Yes.
Notting Hill,
great.
Nice.
I have never seen.
Oh my gosh.
However, it was one of the first 5 DVDs the Haller family ever owned, and it sat on a shelf unwatched for over 20 years
Oh my
until it was exiled to the basement. My mom may say she's watched it, but I've never seen her talk about it, and she talks about everything to me these days. If she's seen a movie, she
Moms
tells
love
me.
love Notting Hill.
Yeah, but it's
Think
kind
of the
of
genre.
like why I
Insane.
have 6 Days, 7 Nights. It was one of those movies my mom watched
Oh
in the
yeah.
90s.
Yep.
I'm
Mom
sorry,
loves
did you say
got
6
it
days,
on
7
DVD.
nights?
Yep.
Yeah, it's his favorite movie.
Okay.
He wants a
got it,
copy.
thank you.
That movie,
down.
no, I already have it. Don't send
sorry,
me a
what?
copy of 6
I didn't
Days,
hear you.
7 Nights.
I didn't hear you.
I already
Do you
own
have
a
a Japanese
Japanese
copy?
pressing. I don't need it.
Well,
It's
no.
a good movie.
You need
Um,
6 copies for the day, and then 7
Yes.
copies.
Oh
Yes.
no! But so
And a VHS copy for good measure.
Yes.
Yeah.
you send me a VHS, I will take a video of myself drop kicking it into the street.
All right.
What about
We got-
I kind of want to see that.
I mean,
All right.
but yeah, so I'm gonna watch a bunch of these. I have my
Howard.
work cut out for me because again, this
Yeah,
TV is a
Howard.
big piece of shit,
Yeah.
and it's either gotta go or I gotta figure out what the fuck is wrong with it.
Just kick the
Sounds like
glass
it's
out and put
gotta
a
go.
plasma TV inside.
Yeah.
Or
Plasma
fish tank.
TV?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Just place
but
it inside of there.
I'm worried
Yeah.
that if I get one, it'll make my Bluetooth speakers buzz. Shout out to
First
Spencer.
world problems.
All right, that's all I got. That's
All
all
right.
I got.
Max, steer the ship back into correct course. What do you got?
All right. Well,
Sam.
I have some juicy friggin' swag over here.
What do you got?
I got some good stuff.
All right.
I'm gonna save my my piece of resistance for last.
All right, drop it on us.
Okay. I'll start with this shirt here. Stars. Star Factory. Laser Karaoke.
Nice.
Cool.
And Chicago.
Nice.
So it was a karaoke bar in Chicago?
I guess so.
Cool.
Specifically for laser karaoke.
Yeah.
Man.
Very nice.
Super cool. I got very lucky and found a different version of this shirt.
Damn, there's a lot of elite swag lately.
Yes. Also says the
bloody best.
Nothing but the bloody best. But I kind of like this one a little bit more. I like the black vibe.
Yeah, and the blue is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, the other one I have is gray, kind of like heather gray with red, I think. And then I don't know how I managed to find a second one of this bizarre item.
Nice.
But now I have two, and I think it's for like Nerf darts. I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
We'll have to translate what the back says because I think it might be rules.
Yeah, send me some like good picks. Maybe we can start translating.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have so many shiny things in this room. It's
yeah.
It's hard to see all of that.
All right, we got some Nerf darts in play.
Yes. And then a friend of mine found this.
Nice.
He gave it to me because I didn't
It's
have
the Beatles
this.
one.
It's the Beatles one.
Nice.
Anthology. I think it's in the box set.
Yeah.
But my anthology box is a sealed box set, so I have not opened it yet.
I think that's the same thing that was on the T-shirt that you could send away for. It says that you haven't seen anything until you've seen it on LaserDisc or whatever on the T-shirt. Yeah. So you need to get the T-shirt too.
Shirt now too.
Yeah.
Then I'll be complete.
It's a great box too.
Okay. Ooh, this is the business right here.
What do we got?
Okay.
Oh, that's leather.
Is that oh damn.
Woo, this is so good, guys. Oh my god.
Wow.
This is leather sleeves with the blue right here.
Nice.
This is like wool kind of material. We've got the Pioneer with the blue embroidery on the front.
Nice.
And the back, ooh, the back.
Nice.
Man.
You know some sales rep was waiting for that Christmas bonus, then he got the jacket.
Oh my god. Yes.
Man. Yeah, you should like go to a rap battle and wear that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And just crush everyone.
That's amazing.
Dude, I've been on some rap tracks. I don't know if you know this, but
Well, you should wear that on the next cut you do.
oh my
Spitfire.
gosh. Oh, I will. And that jacket, that jacket's so dope.
And then we'll do a video with you rapping with Walkie Squawky.
Yeah, he's here, by the way.
Did you finally open him up or no?
No, October
someday.
October was very busy. We will have time in November.
I'm just going to remind you every episode for like 3 years.
Please do. I will. I will get to it.
Did you watch that Stacey Peralta video?
You know what? Let's not.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I've got a little checklist of things to remind you about every week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'll show you some bits. I'll start with I got a Luke box.
Oh, you got it. Good.
Nice.
I did, and I was ecstatic because it looks to be baking.
Nice.
And I certainly love baking. So I hope this is going to tell me how to make these dang delicious looking desserts.
I hope you understand Japanese because they speak in Japanese.
Yes, I'm going to be figuring that out. Yeah. Have to scan. It looks like there's some recipe business on the back here. Decorative cake, sponge cake, Madeline's, tart. There's a part 2.
Yeah.
Of course there is.
You got to have the part 2.
The first one was vanilla. This time it's all chocolate.
All about chocolate.
And video release.
This one looks good, actually. This I think is like some sort of a strawberry like gelatin looking type of deal.
Yeah.
Kind of fabulous.
I need you to mail me one of those. I need you to make it and mail it to me, please.
Oh, you know what? That's possible. I have mailed out desserts before, guys.
Does that count as media mail?
Oh my gosh, maybe so.
Check.
Yeah.
Gotta be in the
shape of a LaserDisc.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot a piece of swag. What am I doing?
Oh, we got a case.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's neat.
It's a good proper one with the nice latches.
How many? What can you hold in there? Like 3?
About 5, 6 if they're single discs.
The use case for that, like karaoke used to have like the big ones. Like who's carrying around 5
Well,
discs?
this is a businessman's briefcase right here.
Yeah.
Guess so.
You got some
The
test
sound guy
pressings,
with
you know.
the jacket
Yes.
and the case.
Yeah.
So we talked about this another one. I did find one in Japan. It was full of karaoke discs. So
Oh, there you go.
One
Like a
of those
DJ.
is here.
Yeah.
And of course, you
I-
got
I-
rid of all of them.
I
Right?
promptly took those out and just put the box.
Now your job is to go to Chicago, find that Star Factory
Oh my
place,
gosh.
Oh yeah.
wear your
Wear the
shirt, walk in
Bring
with
the
your
case.
cases,
Yes.
and be like,
God,
I'm
walkie
here.
talkie in one arm, case in the other, wearing the jacket, wearing the shirt.
Where
Guys,
do I set up? What's going
where do
on,
I
guys?
go here?
you're like, yeah, this is a Denny's now.
But we still do karaoke on
Yeah, but we
Friday.
still, yeah. In fact, there's this laser karaoke machine all dusty in the corner.
I'm here for
Perfect.
LaserCon 2018. Is that still happening?
Let's get this going. Ah,
So these, I believe I was tipped off by Vinnie for these.
Oh yeah.
defensive driving. Nice.
I had to have it. I had to have it.
Ah.
It's the 3rd edition because there's so many editions, but it's, you know, kind of a interesting snapper case.
Wonder if that's like the Smith system. That's my
Uh,
driving training I
I
have to
wonder
do.
what happened to the chemistry laser discs that my high school had.
It probably
Yeah.
still
I
is.
should have.
They're in
I should've
Max's
kept
house.
those.
They might be in my house.
Yeah.
This is definitely was used by a school.
Yeah.
Exploring their solar system.
Yeah.
Love some good bits of space. Single side disc. But this one's a little more faded, sun faded. I think it's been used a little bit more. These look really cool. They're like
Yeah.
huge. I don't know how
Yeah.
I'm gonna store these.
Put
They're
them
like
in a
almost as
corner
big as the
somewhere.
case. Yeah.
Forgot about them.
Prepare
I,
for learning.
I got some new workouts, you know, some more yoga.
Namaste.
Yeah. Fonda. I think this is a later Fonda. She did quite a few.
Wow.
I
That's
haven't-
Fonda,
I've
huh?
I've only tried out one of the Fonda workouts. It's pretty good. Tripods?
The
Okay.
cameras are out to get you.
And horror movies.
Tripods?
I don't know.
It's image. It's got to be good.
It can't be bad.
It looks crazy.
Yeah.
I really have no idea. It was a little lot that I got recently. This was in there.
Wow.
Okay.
What's next? Gimbals?
Oh,
Curtain cord?
Ooh.
The
Nice.
late release?
Gotta be.
Yeah.
99. It says package design 99.
Yeah.
Wow. Never seen that.
Yeah, I have no idea on this one.
Yeah, Broomfield. That guy's a character.
Disturbing and entertaining.
What's the guy that I won't even. I don't even know names. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
bring it up.
But like he schleps around like this little like portable like film studio and like he gets himself into the frame all the time and like it's kind of like weird and clumsy, but
Yeah, oh,
it's
okay.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've literally never even heard about that. So
Yeah, Courtney did it. There you go.
Yeah. There you go. That's the Reader's Digest. Ooh, 8
Ronald got
millimeter
me
time.
this cage
Yeah.
here.
Ryan
We
woke
have
up.
Way
one
too
cage per
long.
episode quota.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
speaking Ryan's language.
Well, I needed this. I was upset that I didn't have this for the Nick Cage episode. So
Now you're ready for part 2.
yes, absolutely.
I
Okay.
have that. I have not watched it yet.
What, our Nick Cage episode?
No,
Or
no,
8
the
millimeter.
8mm.
You should watch both.
I remember
Yeah.
it being pretty good. I remember it being a good Cage movie.
Yeah, I remember paying like $40 for it.
Oh, Godly and Cream. Nice.
This is like matching to the
Oh, yeah.
Casey Peralta looking cover. So
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was like a series, but
Is
don't
it
know.
their videos or videos they directed or both?
I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have
remember
an 8-inch disc that it's like a remix of all the videos
Yeah.
they did. I
Oh.
can't sell it to save my life, but yeah. It's pretty-
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Okay. Now these are I'm really excited about this right here.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Dinosaur City, baby.
I have the Japanese version, but I've been looking for a US one for a while because you know I love this cover. It's incredible. The back is
Give me
incredible.
claw.
It's really good. Good kids movie with lots of dinosaurs. And
Is that before or after the Fudge Squad?
I
think
think
before.
Fudge Squad might have been before. Yes.
Dinosaur
This
City was influenced by Fudge Squad, obviously.
Oh my god.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow, look at
Nice.
that thing.
Tammy and the T Flex.
Wow.
It's
Who is that? Who's that guy?
Tyrannosaurus Flex.
That's the bad guy is played by. I want to say Weekend at Bernie's guy, but no, it's somebody else, right?
Is one of these guys? No.
Oh, no. It might be Bernie's. Yeah, maybe.
It says George Pilgrim, John Franklin, Terry Kesser as Dr. Wackenstein.
But it's Denise Richards and what's his face from Fast and
Paul
Furious.
Walker, yes. Paul Walker is the T-Rex.
Yeah. His brain goes into the T-Rex.
Yeah.
He's got range.
Yes, he does have
Might be the
range.
first time Vinny has heard of this movie, so we should.
No, I've heard the name. Paul
He's got
Walker's
the 4K.
T-Rex, and then Vin Diesel's the Iron Giant. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
This is insane to me. This is.
But that's the PG-13 cut.
Is it? Is this PG-13?
Yes.
Yeah, the new one, they recently found the R-rated version. That's why they re-put it out.
Yeah, so when they released it originally, it was released as PG-13 because they wanted, I don't know, a slasher T-Rex to be family friendlier.
Sure.
But
Wow.
our friends at Vinegar Syndrome
Yes.
got the
Terry-
full uncut version.
Wow.
Terry Kaiser was Bernie.
I'll have to watch
he
it.
was.
Here. I'll have to see both now.
Dang.
I have not seen this because I have stupidly waited to find it on LaserDisc before I watched it.
Well, yeah, watch that version first, and then you can watch like the uncut one later.
Nothing stupid about that.
Yeah.
I just figured, I honestly thought I'm never gonna find this. This is like really like this is the only copy that I have ever seen.
Is that a U.S. version? Is
Yes.
that okay?
Chris is back, and he's got a shawl. Look at
Yeah,
that.
it's cold. Okay, it's like 30 degrees outside.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
gets cold in this basement.
Grandma Howler. What's up, Grandma Howler?
Yeah.
What's up?
Cool.
Well, okay, that's all.
No comment.
That's it.
That's all I've got.
Damn. What about these newcomers? You guys got any pickups or?
We're going to spotlight Howler first.
I got a
So
lot.
everyone can see
You can
this.
get this the fuck off me. Yeah, fuck you.
I did move 2 months ago, so I've not been able to spin or open or look at my disc, but I still
It's got over. You got a hot mic. Oh, there we go.
here we go. Manhunter.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Widescreen.
Stealth
I've been talking
widescreen.
about this a lot lately because as Succession rolls along as the greatest thing on television,
Mm.
I have to remind everyone that Brian Cox is the OG Hannibal Lecter.
I thought you were going to say CSI was the best thing on television because that's back too.
Oh, is it? What
Yeah.
season are they on?
With
7?
Peterson.
This I picked up because I had the soundtrack
Hmm.
in my wife's pile of vinyl because she's a big Police Sting fan, so they must be on the soundtrack, which is why I have it. But this is I've never seen them film. It's sealed, so it matches I think it's the same exact cover. As
Like how
actually,
all the bands like it is
all
a
the-
vinyl
yeah.
soundtrack.
I just realized that
What a weird.
Arcadia is on here. Amazing.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
The
Taylors.
best episode of Amazing Stories, Family Dog.
Yeah. Well, Go to the Head of the Class is right up there with it for me.
Yeah,
So
and the
that's
Scorsese one too.
But oh yeah.
I've talked about this. We used to use
Yeah.
this to demo Surround at Laserland. The mix is amazing on Family Dog.
Yeah,
Check
it's
it out.
killer.
Really? Like it's,
Yeah.
it's a good Dolby surround?
Really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, it's a must
Um,
have.
I
Nice.
don't know why I didn't have this, but we mentioned it
Nice.
in the best lost episode of the podcast, movie one.
You can still watch it.
This is, I'm sure your record stores do this too, but they have the date of when they got it in. It's 2015 has been sitting on that shelf.
Wow.
Widescreen First Blood. I don't know
Oh,
if I
no.
love this or if I'll keep it, but
No, that's good.
You should keep it.
I grabbed
That's a
it.
keeper.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, it's a good pressing too.
Yeah.
Great
This is the pilot of RoboCop the series. I need to keep this, but
Yes, you do.
it's
If
cool.
you don't keep it, send it to me, please.
Is it sealed?
Got a bullet hole. Do you not have it?
I don't have the US version. I
Yeah,
have
she's got
all the
Japanese.
Japanese ones.
Oh, cool. Well, then, yeah, I'll send it to you.
God, recently I saw a tweet where somebody tried to pitch RoboCop as not political.
I always remind the same people don't think they live as political.
I knew that was coming.
Widescreen Cocoon, sealed.
Yep.
Ooh.
I don't know if my kids will care about it, but maybe I'll show it to them.
It's a nice release.
I was never a huge fan of this, but it was on enough on cable that I don't even know if I've seen it start to finish. But widescreen, why not?
I mean to rewatch that myself.
Yeah. Look Back in Anger, Richard Burton. Never seen it, but it is a Pioneer Special Edition.
PSC.
I love the PSC.
This amazing cover. This is supposed to be a total mess of a movie, but it's really interesting. It's called "Is Paris Burning?"
Yes.
Widescreen. Orson Welles. Like it's a notorious disaster, but there's a ton of American actors in it. It's from 1968, about World War II. It's got supposedly some real footage, so it looked cool. I'm a big fan of all the big screen versions of Talented Mr. Ripley, and I did not know about this one, and then I found it. So this was basically the Ripley story, but with 2 women instead of 2 men.
Nice.
Oh.
So I thought, well, that's really cool. It's French.
Is it the bitches?
The bitches.
The title alone makes it so appealing.
Yeah. Claude Chabrol. Nice.
Great early Warren Beatty, Mickey 1. Arthur Penn movie. My boy, Roberto Benigni.
Nice.
One of the handful of movies I dragged my parents to because it was Italian and it was playing. The comedy, he gets mistaken for a mobster because he looks just like him.
That works.
Comedy of errors. Great Bomback.
Yes.
Streaming.
Wow.
That is some primo 90s.
Quality Stoltz. Posey and Stoltz.
Yes. 11 Harrow House, Charles Grodin. Now,
Oh, wow.
the great thing about this movie is, so Grodin's biography was called "It Would Be So Nice If You Weren't Here," which is a great title. And the title comes from this older woman who was lived like on the grounds of this castle they were shooting the movie in, and she said that to him when she met him, meaning she was just annoyed that they were shooting this movie there. She said to him, "It would be so nice if you weren't here." So that's what they were doing.
Yeah, I don't see that one often. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sort of the grandfather of film noir. I was listening to a podcast about this, about the actress, Joan Fontaine. Not Joan Fontaine, Joan Bennett. Yeah, so now I'm curious to watch this because I've never seen it.
Classic.
It was
OMD.
remade, supposedly a terrible remake from a few years ago. That finally came.
They did. That was like a Netflix deal.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Amy
missed
Adams, I think.
Amy Adams, right. AC3, Mask of Zorro.
Nice.
Dolby Digital hype sticker.
I think I like this, but I'll check it out. The kids might like it. This I'd never seen before. Looked a really cool double feature.
Oh.
I've got that myself.
Nice.
Yeah, really
That's
cool.
nice.
Garner. They're both Garner. One James Garner and the other. No, both James Garners.
There were so many good double features in the 90s.
Yes.
I'm just starting to like realize I need to get them all.
As a bookstore owner who has You've Got Mail, you have to have Shop Around the Corner. Well,
Of course.
great
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
I have to watch that one.
Hitting it with these OMDs. I like it.
Yeah.
Marathon Man,
Nice.
widescreen.
Yep.
It's safe.
Is it safe?
Never saw this, but Lancaster, The Train.
I just got that in a lot myself. We should watch it together. We'll have a little side meeting.
And a few big guns at the end here. So this I picked up the other day at the same record store. The Carry AC3
Nice.
in 1.85:1, unlike the Criterion, which is full screen.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
De Palma wanted it full screen,
Yeah.
so I don't know who wanted this one in 1.85, but it's 0.5.
Yeah, it might have been one of those James Cameron things where at the time he wasn't a fan of losing screen resolution.
Now I don't overpay for discs. I think maybe like $65 or $70 the most I ever paid for a disc, but these were less than that, but still pricier for me. But because I really wanted them, and I never see them come up.
I just got that myself.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
AC3 Brainstorm. Watched this movie a lot when I was a kid on cable because there was nudity in it, and it was really cool. And it scared the hell out of me. And
Yeah,
basically,
the porno stuff was freaky, man. Yeah, that one
Oh,
guy
yeah.
ends up going like
It's,
catatonic because he's watching too much VR porn.
Whoa.
it is a warning to stay away
I
from
have not
VR.
seen this. Okay.
Oh, you
Oh,
totally
yeah,
got to check it out.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, it's really good, and it's also unfortunately the movie in which Natalie Wood was killed.
Yeah.
On the boat while they were shooting this.
Yeah, that's got the dream sequences shot in Super Panavision, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always meant to see it just because of my love for the large format.
Yeah.
And that's one of those ones with the interesting aspect ratio
Right.
where it's kind of window boxed for some of the film.
and then
And then I
it
had to grab
expands.
Jackie Brown because I didn't own it, so I might as well hold out for the DGS. And I got
Still in the
sealed
shrink, huh? Wow.
Yeah, shrink sealed.
What a killer movie!
Yeah, really.
I still stand
$14.99.
that might honestly be Tarantino's all killer, no filler feature.
Yeah, could be. For sure.
That again, like Ryan said, that was the reality of DTD. All these DTS discs you guys are paying $250 for, they were all in the clearance bins for $14.99 when they came out.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's it for laser. Lots of other stuff later.
And after you moved, you've been buying a lot. Is it because you don't have anything on your shelves, so you're just like feeling
maybe
like you're free
maybe that's
to,
why. Yeah.
Well, you buy a new
Free to
house,
collect heavily.
house your stuff, not for your family.
Exactly. Yeah, George Carlin has that great bit about places for our stuff. That's basically all we do.
perfect. Now that your
that's it
stuff's
for
in
laser.
storage, buy more stuff.
Yeah.
Luke?
What do you got, Luke?
Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
We're patiently waiting our turn.
How did
So-
Halloween go, by the way? Did you guys
How's
have fun?
Halloween?
Guys,
Can
Yeah.
you say hello first?
hello.
Hello.
A little bit louder. So, our Ren would like to talk about her favorite one. What's your favorite, Ren?
Batman.
Batman. Yeah,
Yay.
this very rare Singapore only disc of Batman and Robin.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's cool. Do you have anything else to say?
Batman always flies, and he's the master of Robin.
Batman is the master of Robin, and Batman
True.
always flies, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's master. They're like
Master
It's
Wayne,
weird.
he's master.
The weird
Master.
relationship, right?
Yeah.
He
Yeah, why? Yeah, why?
and
Do you,
he drives the bat car.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish I had one of those.
Yeah.
What do you think of Sega? Do you know Sega?
And this is and this one's Freeze Man.
Yeah, Mr.
Oh,
Freeze.
freeze.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Can you say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Bye. Aw. You're fired, Luke. We got a new cast member.
Yeah. Just change my name.
Yeah.
to Ren. All right. That was my daughter, everybody. She really wanted to talk. So yes, I did go to Japan and I bought a bunch of discs. Hold on, I'm gonna close the door.
Yep.
All right. And yes, I love discs. I love buying and I love selling. And you guys talk about shit you like, and it's in the back of my head when I'm finding these discs for very cheap. And so I'm like, I'm gonna look you guys up. So yes, I enjoy sending stuff out, and I'm glad you like them.
And we love you for it, Luke. Don't never forget that. You're
We want you to go to Japan all the time.
Yeah. We
already
love
forgot.
you in Japan.
Okay.
We
You know,
love you
I'm
when
not
you're
sure
not in
if you-
Japan. However, when you start saying some goofy shit, we put you back on the boat.
All right, you want to talk about some goofy shit? Hey, here we go.
Don't send that to me. I already have it.
Late release.
All right.
What an average, perfectly average movie.
Yep.
You should frame it for him so he doesn't have to even frame it himself.
Good. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
It's a nice service.
Can't send
All
it
right,
to
so it's hard to. They're so cheap and they're so plentiful. So it's like you go through a lot in your mind when you're seeing all these in like one bulk. It's like, okay, am I buying for me or am I buying for other people? Am I buying to sell? What am I doing? And then you just end up getting a shit ton. But there is, some you do leave some behind. Usually just the ones that are boring or common or you don't think anyone will like.
Have you ever run into other people buying and talk to them?
Never.
Interesting.
I did. Okay, wait, that's a mistake. I did find one guy, American guy, who was looking through discs, and I did talk to him just one time, and he just happened to, because he was there and he wasn't a part of the forum or anything, and he just, I'm sure he's done with them by now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But as far as Japanese people, never. Like not once. They look through the old CDs a lot, which is in the same area, but the LaserDiscs are on the ground. They're on the ground in the back of the store, and I am sitting on the ground looking through these bins. Like I'm talking 20 bins, and I slide to each one. I'm sure it's a sight to see, but I don't care. It's the best way to do it. So anyway, I went there for about a week. I got a bunch of shit. Here's the ones that I kind of kept for myself. I sent home probably 100 pounds of stuff from Japan because I get cheap shipping through the military. And it was a bitch. It was hard because they're like, the guy actually showed me the media mail doctrine. I'm like, I know,
Yeah.
I've seen it, man.
I wrote it.
Yeah, I wrote this.
Get out of my face, mail.
Videos
carrier.
are cool, man. You can send them.
Yeah. Here, I'm just going to go through them. I have a pretty big stack. The first one, this is a disc that I saw and I left, and it's the only time I came back. I was like, oh, I need that one. Just talk about
Is that Mask?
Mask.
Eric Stoltz. Yeah. I really liked this movie growing up. So Eric Stoltz and Cher and Mask. There you go.
Yeah.
And this is one. What is this? Nice Walter Hill movie.
Walter Hill movie.
So yeah, Walter Hill. This one, Special Place in My Heart. Long story short, in Afghanistan, I was there for a few months. Back when I joined originally, and there was a bunch of discs, they're just discs that people just leave, and you're supposed to pick them up and watch them. And it was all trash, just nothing I wanted. And I found a bootleg copy of this movie, which is Off Limits.
Yeah, right? That was cool.
Yep.
It's just a Vietnam movie. It's pretty good. Willem Dafoe and Gregory Hines.
So they just call it Saigon?
Saigon,
Saigon, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, this movie will always have a special place in my heart. And I saw it, I'm like, oh, I gotta get that one. So yeah. These are in no particular order. This is you guys know this band?
Ooh,
nice.
Van Halen flex.
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah, and then I got this guy. Nice pump up.
Yes.
Nice.
There are a few discs that I always get. If I see it, I have a bunch of doubles of them, but I find this guy a lot.
Wow.
Nice conversation.
It's not widescreen, is it?
No, I don't think so. But I love the cover, and it has a little Francis Ford Coppola. This is the first time I've ever seen him.
That's pretty sweet.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Cool.
Ooh.
This one I think has maybe the best cover ever, and it's a LaserDisc only. I don't think they made a DVD ever of it. It's some movie called Housekeeping. I don't know. I talked to Vinnie about it.
I just ordered it on the other, whatever that UK Region B site is.
Oh, sweet. I could have just given
Indicator.
You this. What are you talking about?
Indicator. Yeah.
I'm not sure what it's about, but it looks good. Looks interesting. Looks like something I might be into, and the cover is amazing.
Bill Forsyth, who made Local Hero, which is one of the best things ever.
Oh, there you go. Sudden death. I don't know.
Yeah. It's high quality stuff right there.
Lone Wolf and McQuaid, nice little Chuck Norris, Canon Action, and David Carradine. Cool. This one, I didn't like this movie when it came out, but somebody, what's his face, posted a picture of it, and I never saw it before, and the cover's crazy. The Man Who Knew Too Little. I will probably be letting this go.
That is a really good cover, though.
Yeah, great cover.
I mean, it's different for one.
It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I like it, but it's cool.
Yeah. Do you guys remember watching the movie?
I remember when it came out, but I didn't go see it in theaters.
I confused it with the Tom Hanks with the man with the one red shoe.
Yeah.
No. It's definitely
much earlier.
Operation Dumbo Drop, money cash grab phase there.
Dumbo Drop I have.
He had to buy a minor league baseball team somehow.
Yeah.
Next one is a nice Bollywood movie. I don't see these very much, and it's like, I'm gonna get this.
That's cool.
Move through. So yeah. This one I already had, but I picked up anyway because I kind of love it. It is some French movie where they have real animals in like human situations. It is so crazy. Ever watched? Yeah. I'm watching it with my wife. I'm like, they did not treat those animals well. Like,
wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, but it's really cool. And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Next one, Missing in Action 2.
Yeah.
Part 2, supposed to be the best one, right? Better than the first one. If you watch the documentary.
Yes. Yeah.
This one I did not get. I got this from Tyler. He just sent me.
Yes. Oh yeah, just 2000.
Who's he signed by? Daryl Power?
That's a Jerry Power one, yes.
Oh yeah.
If you guys don't have a Jerry Power disc, you're missing out.
Damn it.
I'm pretty sure you can just.
Is that like a double Wally?
Double Wally, yeah.
You could probably get a dry erase marker.
Dry erase works really well with those, yeah.
Yeah. He just got a bunch from some guy named Jerry Power.
Jerry Power's the man.
Let's see. This one I found. So I hit all my favorite spots, and it was like a freaking workout. I was like, I'm only going to be here for a week. I must hit every spot that I love. And it was just like I'm in so much pain. I can't stop. And this was just a very dirty thrift store, and I knew they had a bunch in the back, and I managed to pick up a nice Friday 13th Part 3.
My favorite.
Yep.
Great.
With no Obi, because Obis are lame.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yep. Next one, Class of 1984.
Great cover.
Nice. That's awesome.
Michael Fox in this one, not Michael J. Fox. Before he had the J. Shit. Where are the rest of them? Where I put them? Oh,
You sold them. Too late.
yeah. No, I got it right here. Sorry, I put them on top of them. Okay, so yeah, those were the ones that I kind of wanted to keep. There's still a few boxes in transit. Like the first boxes I sent have made it to me. The last boxes I've sent made it to me, but the ones in the middle have not made it to me, which I hope they don't end up like Trevor boxes and come a year later.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, and then there's stuff for Vinnie. There's stuff for there and you. Because I realized after the first shipment, it took forever to mail them out individually. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to send the biggest box I can home. And so anyway, that's not fucking interesting, but I'll say that. Anyway, next one. Here we go. So I was in there's one place, Watman, down the street from the base, and usually it did not have anything good. But I was like, okay, it's close, and I've got a little time. I'm going to go check it out. And they had maybe the most amazing score I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, this is the first one. Life is Beautiful.
Nice.
Nice Pilf 28 with
A lot of Benini this episode.
nice Benini. Of course, in Japanese, in Italian, and Japanese. So I don't know either.
I haven't watched that movie yet, but I definitely have a copy of it somewhere.
It's brutal. Watch it after you watch the other depressing movie you were talking about. What Dreams May Come, and then watch that. Yeah.
I think it's in that era where it's kind of like Good Will Hunting. It's very sentimental and very sweet, kind of. But people nowadays will make fun of it. But it's a good movie.
It's brutal, man. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm sorry. I picked up this one, Ronin.
Nice.
Nice Ronin. I have not watched this since I saw it in a movie theater.
That is an excellent disc.
Yeah.
It is like a phenomenal disc.
Next one, I hear this is one to get. I don't know, whatever. I almost didn't get it, but I did. This is a nice Arlington Road.
Yeah.
So, I almost left it.
That's a comment.
Yep.
Yeah.
These are some cool ones. Some nice frighteners.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sick.
Got that one. Just, nice Phenomenon, DTS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just
Those
some
Japanese DTS discs, that subtle sleeve or that OB DTS logo's slick.
You got to keep the OB in that case.
How would you know otherwise?
Yeah. It'd just be Phenomenon.
actually takes the DTS away. It doesn't work.
Until you try and play it in analog and it
Yeah, what the
screeches
hell?
at you.
Okay, so to round them up, in that last ones, I found this guy.
Oh, a little
Oof.
Sam Raimi flex.
I guess so.
Your passion doesn't reign true. You should
I,
let some of those discs go. Are you? You're selling those.
I'm sorry, what? I'm
Telling
trying
those,
the
right?
best I can. I am just one man with a full-time job. If you want these, just say anybody, just say the word and just say something to me. And then I will, anyway.
Nice.
Whoa!
Nice.
My kids love that movie because they're twins. They love it.
Oh yeah, nice. What are the twin movies they like? Twins? They like twins?
It's obviously, yeah.
They haven't seen twins yet. That would confuse them.
Show them Junior first.
Double
Once in a
team.
while, I'll say 10 out of 10.
Double team, yeah.
They know what I'm saying.
All right, two more. Civil action.
Ah,
Nice.
Go 28. And the last one, the oh my God, I was looking to, the holy shit, did I really just find that moment was The Real Blonde. Found that guy.
Wow.
Another movie by the director of Living in Oblivion, Tom DeCillo. There you go. And if anybody wants it, just let me know and I'll overprice you big time for them.
yeah, I'll probably take that for love of the game for me at some point because I need a Sam Raimi Grand Slam to complete on my Raimi. Yeah.
What can we pick off of the corpse of Luke's dead body?
I know. I just like that.
You can take them all. Just take them all.
Give
I
you
just like
20
that
bucks.
you
20
found
bucks
all
for
the
whole
crazy
film.
late releases at the dirtiest, nastiest thrift shop.
Yeah.
No. Okay, no. Let me stop. So no, the late releases. The only thing I found at Dirty was Friday the 13th. That's it.
Oh, okay, all right.
And I think Max's disc too. They were at the Dirty Thrift Store.
The dirty flea. All right.
Cool.
But just covered in like COVID and spit and stuff.
COVID.
Wow.
It hasn't
Disease,
been
yeah.
much since before COVID, so you were good.
Glad I
but
was
everything
drawing
else
on
was
my recipe discs.
Step 1, COVID. Step 2, there you go, butter.
All right.
No, they were at a Wattman's. They were just at a normal hard off
Mhm.
/ book off type place. That yeah, that's it.
Someday,
Nice.
Luke, I'm gonna make the trip, and I'm gonna do this. Hit up all your spots.
I do want to say, I do want to put this out too, that it was dry. It was drier than normal. Like there were some places that I were like, no shit, this is the spot that always has them. They didn't have anything. So I almost feel like, I don't know, it's winding down. You know, I got that feeling.
You found them all.
No, that they weren't there. The well was dry, man. Like, I mean, that obviously that's not dry, but you know, from what I was used to, it wasn't as plentiful.
All right.
Because
I mean, this
motherfuckers
is
are
a
buying
finite.
online. That's what's happening.
This is a finite medium.
Yeah.
Eventually, all of the Japanese there's probably more Japanese laserdiscs outside of Japan than in Japan. The same thing with Japanese video games at this point. So, you know, eventually it's gonna get.
People know that hey, guess what? Japanese people use the internet too, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
I could give them away, or I can try to sell them online to these crazy Americans.
Yep.
These probably came from, you know, some older person or somebody that died, and they just, you know, same way you find stuff in a thrift store now. But anyway,
yeah,
I just wanted,
nice.
It was, yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Solid flex. Thanks for making the trip out there.
It's just my life, man. It's just
You just flex naturally. That's how it
This
is.
isn't a flex. It's just I'm always flexing.
I'm always.
That's my secret. I'm always flexing.
Yeah. It's just the natural state of Luke. All right, Ryan. What do you think? We doing this horror thing, or we just kicking that to the curb? Or
Kick it.
all right, we
I
can
don't
kick
think
it.
anyone else has anything.
You want to do any
Hot
hot
fun.
topics, or you want to
Malted
kick
Hill.
that?
I'm going to talk about
We
some
can do
Malted
hot topics if we get. We got enough people here. What's
Yeah. All right.
that?
Cool. All right. What's new? There was. Oh, all right. Here we go. We were mentioning this before. If you have a cool home theater, or maybe just any home theater, are you going to invite that guy from Los Angeles to come over to your house and check out a demo of your gear?
No.
Why not? No one else cares. That he would be the only person who would ever come through who actually would care.
This is your chance.
About LaserDisc.
Yeah, because family, they don't care.
No. If he's vetted, and I know, like, you know, if one of you come by, sure. If he's a total stranger, but once you put out in public that, hey, I want to come, we've got a record of you. You exist. So if I do die, then you know. Yeah,
I guess the big controversy was that he seems to be like a burner account, but says you can Google me, and I do have a pretty strong. I haven't Googled him myself because I don't live
I didn't get
in
that
Los
far,
Angeles. So, so there's a lot of back and forth in the comments about, you're a fake account. I'm not letting you into my house. And he's like, no, I'm real. Google me.
Yeah, that's like your typical Facebook bait. Someone just poses a ridiculous premise, and then people get all sorts of bent out of shape about it. Like, how serious do you want to take this?
Yeah,
I would invite any of you to my basement to watch a LaserDisc any day. But that's because I've known you guys.
Anybody to my flooded out basement and,
with a shit TV,
with a crappy TV.
It has not always been in such a state of disrepair. Normally, this is one of the nicest analog basements in Western New York, I would say. But right now, it's in a state of disrepair.
The only LDFer's basement I've been in, I think, is Moikey. So there you go.
He's right nearby. He's up by Syracuse. So
yeah, he had a nice setup. I know Peter gets this a lot because he also is under fire for having nice gear. So a lot of times it's levied at him that it's his job to prove people that all of his crazy assertions are correct. So he has to let everyone come to his basement so he can prove to them that his system, it looks nice. So there you go. So that's different.
Peter's hardware.
Yeah, you do.
I love what he's done. However, I have a big TV here that probably, as soon as I figure out what the fuck is wrong with it, will be easier and simpler than anything with Illumigen has ever been. So,
all right, shots fired. Yep. There you go.
I don't think you need to sit down and try and make LaserDisc work on a 4K projector.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a 1080p projector, but
Well, he's got
Plasma.
the 4K with the tone mapping and the Mad VR and the 7 different desktop computers. Truly, I envy Peter
Yeah.
and his
Well,
equipment.
what he has that we don't is time. That's the main ingredient.
Yeah. All right. So, Vinny, what's your basement? You're building a new theater? Or what's going on? Is it in a basement or?
It will be in this basement. I'm basically standing where this window is. Will be covered with a scope screen, acoustic screen. Hopefully,
Nice.
I'm pointing here. I might be giving. I don't know if we're doing physical stuff later, but
yeah, we are. So yeah.
Okay. There's something here I want to show you later.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that's a huge deal about letting someone in. If you're proud of your stuff and there's literally no one else to share it with, why not?
I guess the premise is that he wants to drop some money on a nice gear and wants to see if it's actually worth the investment.
Oh, see, I like
Well,
that
I think the
Yeah.
easier way is to just PM you constantly for your price and then not buy any of it.
I like that too. That works. Yeah. So you got some options. All right. What else is going on? Oh, the new, speaking of upscaling and all that stuff, the new hot processor for a while was the after the
Kramer.
eval, obviously. Yeah. Before the Kramer, there was the
back.
Extron and everybody bought it and it wasn't very good.
Yes.
So now everybody bought the Kramer, VP 773A.
773.
And it's actually really, really good.
Right.
But now it's expensive because all the cheap ones sold out, and now people are like, it's like I'm selling it for $9,000. So yeah.
Has anyone in the LDF community gotten on the RetroTink 5X bandwagon yet?
No, they are still pushing the 2. They're not quite in the 5X
I was gonna
realm
say
yet.
the 5X is making the waves in some of the gaming circles that I operate in.
Oh yeah.
And, I saw a guy who actually works for Discotech Media who does anime restorations in 1080p and 4K, and he was talking about how he just got his RetroTink, and I'm surprised it's coming. If it hasn't come yet, it's coming.
Yeah, apparently the 5X is much better at LD than the older stuff, the old like 2X stuff. So because that wasn't even like, it didn't even do any, it was just like a line doubler, the older model, and it didn't really have a great comb filter or anything like that. So
well, that's because I'm going to be honest, gamers don't really they like the illusion of quality. They don't understand what it takes to get a nice LaserDisc image up and running. It's not as straightforward as it is with a game console. You got to do a lot less. And
if you are a retro gamer, everything is retro games, whether or not it is. So if you're coming at LaserDisc, you got to use the same thing you use for your retro games. It's got to be the Frame Meister or the RetroTink or something like that. So
the RetroTink 5X has start, so it can't be bad.
All right, Ryan shutting it down. What's in your basement, Ryan? Do you have any? You gonna let us come visit you?
No.
Oh.
I just raw dog it. My basement.
Yeah, you just hang out. Do you even go in your basement, or is it just in your garage that you hang out?
No, I'm in my basement right now. It's where I watch most of my movies.
Right.
Hide from my wife and kid,
They find you eventually, though.
I know it's
like but he keeps changing the locks, and eventually he's gonna find one that keeps him out forever.
Yep.
That's the goal.
So apparently some of the old Kramers don't have the same quality. Like the 728 isn't as good as the 773. So that was, Peter got in a big fight with a bunch of people today about that because they were getting the 728 and that's not,
Listen, I'm just gonna say it, my spicy take. LaserDisc has like 400 lines of analog vertical resolution. It's not supposed to be played in 1080p or 4K, and no amount of massaging will ever get back the nice detail you'll get from a
man.
Blu-ray.
I just watched Blade Runner on my scope screen not too long ago, and it looked pretty tasty.
Listen, but if you put up Blade Runner: The Final Cut in 4K with HDR, I think that you would have a hard time putting them side by side and being content.
Nope. I've talked about my Switch. My Switch is like, have you ever seen the South Park episode where Eric Cartman gets the amusement park and everyone says, that's the stupidest thing ever. You're not going to have any fun with nobody else. And every day, all day, he rides on the roller coaster and goes, that's me with LaserDisc. I have a Switch, my Cartman Switch, that will automatically go to the LaserDisc expectations.
And then there's always a certain quality to the LaserDisc presentation that nothing else quite hits. That nice 29.97 frames per second, 3:2 pull down conversion for a 24 frames per second film. It is very very soothing.
All right, just put your shawl on, soak up that soothing laser disc. Yeah. What else do we got? Oh yeah. Also, speaking of laser disc sucking, our old friend Douglas, aka Darius, dropped that slugs.
Whoa! Please
Slugs.
do not pervert what I'm saying is laserdisc
Yeah.
sucking. I'm
Well,
more
he
just
says-
stating laserdisc has limitations, and the more you try to subvert them, the more you're just going to keep falling down this rabbit hole.
He says VHS is far superior because it
What?
doesn't rot. So
What?
how do you
Doesn't
appreciate
rot.
that?
Are you?
It only,
Who?
molds.
No!
Yeah,
No!
more worse.
Look for the slugs post on LDF right now.
It doesn't rot. It just gets eaten by any machine you put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Good point. Yeah.
Or freaking your
There you
tape
go.
like gets chomped on. So no thanks.
All right. Anyone who tries to tell me that VHS is in any way better than a laserdisc can come to my house and I will yell at them.
It's
Right.
the reason the Laserdisc exists is because they were better than VHS.
I like it. All right. Anybody see anything that they wanted to talk about? Hot
I had a
topic?
question.
Okay.
I have a question to pose for you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
It's something I was thinking about.
Yeah.
The Seinfeld episode, The Contest, everyone knows what The Contest is about.
Mhm.
So there's a moment where Kramer walks in and says, "I'm out." Who here, because this happens and it goes in waves, someone who's been in the board for a long time decides they're out. They're getting out of the game. They're selling their
everything.
Who here among us or the crew would you think would be the first to get out? To
Look,
actually get out of the format? Who's the first one that's going to tap out? It might not be any of us, but you have to pick someone.
Luke says he would.
I know. I
But
feel
he
like-
says
He's
that.
been saying that for a long time.
Exactly. So I'm going with Chris.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. I already have an exit strategy.
Uh-huh.
We've talked about this in our group chat, our podcast tangent or related group chat. But I have decided that I do not want to saddle whoever comes after me with the burden of dealing with all of this shit. I have decided that when I retire,
I want to saddle them with it.
I do too. That's kind of half my goal.
when I retire
kid.
from teaching, I am going to liquidate my entire Laserdisc library because first of all, I'm
Okay.
not going to retire till I'm fucking 62. Okay,
So
I'm
you
in
got
tier
some time.
6 of
All
the
right.
New York State system. I have to work 40 years. I started and I signed up when I was like 21 or 22, whatever.
All right.
So it's just like 62. If I'm still going to have time and my mental faculties to get rid of all this stuff and move it on to someone who cares about it, because at some point when I'm 62, there's gonna be someone in this whatever evolution of this group that exists.
But that's when you'll have time to actually appreciate the stuff. If you're not going to keep it, then get rid of it now.
But at that point, I mean, I've watched, I'm going to say a good 80% of my library of 1,700 discs.
Sure.
I've been watching them since I was 15 years old when I acquired my first player in 2010. I have been just consistently watching and rewatching and piecing through things. And at some point, I'm going to plateau and I'm not going to want another disc. At some point, I'm going to hit every LaserDisc box set, every anime box set. I'm going to get all of the late releases I want or can feasibly obtain. I am so close to that nexus point where I no longer am going to hit that drive unless I somehow, get a sick hookup in Japan where I spend like 6 months there just combing through discs.
Or just like a
Luke
sailor
has.
friend. Yeah.
It's just like,
I don't know.
I
I think I'm done every 20, 50 copies. Then I just showed
Look
you
how
like
many
20.
discs you just bought.
I'll also
Yeah.
say this. I can't predict the future. The way I feel today when I'm 26, I may
Ugh.
feel completely different in
Oh my
5 years.
God.
Well,
Right, so
I often joke that I'm the
we're all a
oldest
long way from
26-year-old
26.
alive, but
We say it to you, but it's really going to be
right.
Ryan. He's going to discover Laotian VHDs and just like go into that market completely. So
No.
I mean, I think you'll always have a love for movies. That's what this is all about, right? We have a love for movies, and this LaserDisc itself I'm always surprised at how many LaserDiscs were released. Like, holy shit! And like, we grew up in that time, and we didn't really hear about them. Like, it was for rich people, right? Like,
and me
but now,
And me,
and Vinny.
I wasn't rich when I was buying LaserDiscs.
I wasn't either. Yep.
If you work at
but
the
you were
place,
working
then
there,
you
right? It's not like your family had them, though. You didn't have them in your house.
I brought them into
Yeah,
the
I
house.
bought mine too.
Yeah. Okay, rich guy, get the fuck out.
I was.
But yeah, it's like there was this world, and it was so big for so long. You know, there's so many made that I wasn't even a part of, and that's what really kind of hits me in a weird way.
You know, when I got my first LaserDisc player in 2010, it was so far removed from when anyone was talking about this. I mean, it felt like I was dipping into another world. It just so happens that I also got a collection of 150 movies in one shot, and suddenly I became an instant like cinephile of sorts. I don't like to use that phrase.
It is hard
lightly.
for me to wrap my head around you and Max and people who are collecting at this age. That I can't think of anything old that I missed, and suddenly I'm like, oh, I got to get 78s.
I could have sent you some. I just got rid of a bunch. Damn.
Tell you where it started, Vinnie. Is it started with just a fascination with the technology. I was literally a ninth grader in a biology classroom where they had a Magnavox single side only analog computer controllable LaserDisc player. I was like, what the hell is this? And somebody, tried to explain it to me. And I was like, all right, I'm in. I've got
a gateway for a lot of people.
By the time you were in ninth grade,
I actually for extra credit when I was in 10th grade, a year later, I digitized my school's library of science LaserDiscs for extra credit. And I think I kept those discs for a while. They're somewhere. I didn't keep them.
Yeah, my sister is an art teacher, and I want to say around 2005-ish, she was still bringing in the LaserDisc player and showing art discs, like the whatever.
There's some things that just never got brought forward. There's things that were produced by companies that don't exist anymore, and they'll never be digitized by an official source, whatever. So I created a DVD with my old Toshiba DVD recorder, and they were really appreciative that they didn't have to use the LaserDisc player anymore. But I went out. I went out and I did research, and I did exactly what Luke's talking about. There's this entire world that I missed out on. I wasn't a part of it. It was over basically before I was even mentally ready to be aware of its existence. My parents didn't invest in it. We did get DVD in 2000 or like early 2000, but there's a lot of history in here. There's the entire legacy of film preservation and home video maturing into basically where LaserDisc ends. The only thing that has changed with DVD and Blu-ray is the resolution and the sound formats. Like all of the foundation got laid there with LaserDisc.
You don't sound like a guy who's ready to get rid of his LaserDisc.
I think you're in.
Well, again, I told you I'm gonna, when I'm 62 and I'm ready to retire, we'll see where I'm at. Right now, that's my plan. Next week, it could be
10 years from
now. Putting it on my calendar. 37 years from now.
It's kind of like, how can I?
I'm trying to think if I'll be alive when he's 62. I don't think I will.
Yeah, we'll probably be dead. Yeah. And we'll send all his discs, our discs to him.
Looted your estate sales by then. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll come. A week before the rest of the world knows you've passed, and we'll do some backdoor deals, some quiet whispers.
Some lying to widows and saying,
let's be honest.
This isn't worth much. I'll take it off your hands.
We'll haul these out of here for free. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of hoarding, did you?
I think of when I acquired my LaserDisc player, and I acquired an instant library of classics and obscure movies. I got in that original collection, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, Pulp Fiction. All of these movies that I had never heard of, never seen, had no vested interest in. Overnight, I became immersed in movies. And that's what. To me, I look at my LaserDisc collection and I see a divergent point in my life where I became interested in things that weren't the Xbox. And I think that through LaserDisc, I found community, I found art, I found a general sense of curiosity that I...
You found a general sense of curiosity, that movie on LaserDisc? You found that? I need that.
It's a late release.
Yeah, I need that one. We're with you, Holler. We're
there's just,
we're all on the same page.
When I look at the shelf right next to me here, I see films from every genre, every decade the format existed. There's TV programs, there's anime, there's action, there's black and white cinema from the 1930s and 40s. There's an entire world here that without getting that goddamn CLD 59 elite player from some guy's front porch in Irondequoit that I never would have dipped into, you probably wouldn't know who I am today with the slightest if I hadn't picked up that player.
Well, like it.
That's my Dune.
Yeah.
That's
my vote
Dune.
would be, I'd vote for Peter anyway.
Yeah.
I would think if any of us have, because.
Well, he'll digitize his entire library, pump it through Mad VR, and watch
I don't know if he wouldn't even bother with that. I think he would just let it go.
I don't know, man.
Anyways,
LaserDisc is cool.
Speaking of hoarding, did you guys see the video that it started another fight, as always happens on LDF? But the guy who posted about the Brazilian record collector who has like millions and millions of records that he can stand on them.
Quickly scrolled past that.
Yes.
Yeah.
See that one.
He did have a couple tubs of laser discs, like like he had a ladder that he has to climb up onto, like the strata of just bins. Yeah, he's archiving it, I guess. So yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's going to be one of our houses sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max is getting close, right?
I'm archiving, guys.
Doing it for
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
the community. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Did anyone else get 7,000 Japanese discs delivered? Or?
Speaking of hoarding, yeah.
I posted a GIF in that. It was the why would you do that? Like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
I think he's reselling, right?
I noticed in the comments below, like Vinnie's GIF, there was one guy complaining that's why all the thrift stores are empty. So maybe that's what you were seeing, Luke. Is
he bought them all?
Yeah, one guy like
no, 100%. Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I'm gonna wander into Zen Market just talking about fucking LaserDisc.
So if he's reseller, so I'm a reseller. I bought all this shit. I can't, all this cool stuff. I can't sell. Like people are not getting.
It's hard enough to sell one. How's he going to sell 7,000?
Exactly.
I bought some from you.
Yeah, thank you. But
you're welcome.
Like this is cool shit. I want it to go fast, but no.
It's weird. He's got to be setting up on eBay or something. Like
no, he's a hoarder. It's a hoarder mentality. It has to be.
Yeah,
he's gonna have like
I got 40 box sets once from a dude in California. And that was like the biggest haul I will ever deal with in my life. 7,000 discs at once.
I've seen those. I almost got one when I was in Japan, and almost hit that button on those huge lots, like humongous lots.
Oh yeah, they're big.
I'm like, no, I can't do it. I just can't fucking do it because it's so much fucking work. Like, holy shit.
It took me to go through 2,500 that I got in one lot. It was like 6 to 8 months, and that's me going through once, keeping what I wanted, and then going through a second time to separate between like, here's what I think people will pay more than $1 for. Here's everything I'm going to put out for $1 and hope that they take as much as they do.
Like, I honestly, the best way for me to get rid of discs right now is mystery boxes. People love mystery boxes.
They do. They don't have to think about it. There's no decision. It's just, do I want to?
And I love them that they love mystery boxes, Holler.
So Luke, you're gonna give me a mystery box of those late releases, right? I'll give you $9.99. Shove whatever $19.99 and 2,000 discs you want in there.
And I'm just gonna draw a picture that says "these nuts," and then you can open it up. And you can have that.
God damn it! I've been these nuts again.
Yep. Again. All right, we should probably get physical. Let's get off these hot topics. Just in time for my internet to get really, really bad. Let's see how this shakes down.
I thought you were supposed to have better internet now.
I know it's getting worse as the night goes on. It was great a couple hours ago, but Fowler wasn't talking about Sega for so long, we'd have been done with this thing. Yeah. Got some CDs.
CDs nuts.
There was a new 2-disc reissue of Graham Revell's The Crow soundtrack. That just came out.
Is that for the sequel, the really good sequel?
No, that's the original film. So yeah, not the sequel.
Good sequel.
Yeah, no, not the horrible sequel. But yeah, Veris Saraband put that out, and I don't think I showed this. I was getting a lot of Josh Homme stuff. I got this is a double CD and Blu-ray of Iggy Pop Post Pop Depression, the album he did with Josh Homme. Really good. I don't think I showed that in a previous one, but maybe I did. But anyways, I did. Damn it!
No,
all right, well, you saw it again.
No, you didn't.
Oh, good. Excellent. Blu-ray. I didn't get too many Blu-rays, but I did get Legend, One of my all-time favorite movies, one of Luke's favorites as well. Arrow came out with a beautiful, gorgeous set with a little book and new extra features, and of course all the old extra features and stuff too. I do need a Japanese Blu-ray though of the theatrical international cut, but I'll have to get that.
Do you though?
I do. And the only other Blu-ray, oh wait, no, I got two more. I got a Green Knight 4K Bluray.
Nice.
Oh, I want to see
Chris
that.
Haller, he was all into that.
Have you seen it yet? Is it good?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Who's the director on that?
It's the guy that did a Ghost Story. What the
okay.
hell's his name? It is
Doesn't
David
matter.
Lowery. Yep. And
Those stories so damn good.
So it's an 824 movie, got it.
It is, yes.
A24, baby. Because I'm such a Midsummer super freak, they repressed Midsummer Director's Cut. I had already bought the Blu-ray, but I didn't have.
What did they do? What's new with it?
Nothing. It's exactly the same, except that the cheap bastards, instead of releasing a Blu-ray 4K combo, it's Blu-ray only or 4K only.
Oh,
So-
that's right. Okay, I bought the Blu-ray. Right.
So I bought the Blu-ray, and then this time I bought the 4K. So
Oh,
I still,
interesting. Okay.
I still haven't opened it yet, but I mean, because I've got a 1080p projector down here, so obviously I needed the Blu-ray first and foremost.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ordered that, and if they come out with a screenplay book, I'll probably end up getting that as well. Speaking of books, I got a couple. I moderated the panel for the Mark Twain House.
Nice.
Charles Rosenet, who has actually changed his name to include multiple exclamation points, wrote a book about top 10 horror lists. A lot of celebrities, given their top 10s. So it was fun, just reading through here. A lot of musicians too, because he's also a big like Beatles guy. So like a lot of interesting people that you wouldn't think. Their knowledge. And speaking of musicians, my wife bought me the Dave Grohl book.
Oh yeah,
So
cool.
I'm just about done with this. A lot of great stories in here. So
He
it's
does
called The
tell a
Story.
good story.
He certainly does. And some of them I've heard before on podcasts and interviews.
Yeah.
And then let me grab some records quick. Some guy named Luke sent me a couple records from Japan. Chris will appreciate this. I finally got a white cover, Men at Work, business as usual.
The goods.
Awesome.
The goods.
It's a fat Obi.
Yeah, with the fat Obi and everything.
Hey,
And
let's be body positive. It's a detail-filled wide Obi, tastefully wide,
tastefully wide. Yep. It is
thick with 2 C's.
Yes. And the one I was very psyched about, he sent me 2 hearts, which in Japan got a sick gatefold, which we did not get here in the States. So,
Nice.
of course, there was only 3 Men at Work guys remaining. Everybody else was single guys.
I see how it is, Luke, sending Sam all the good Men at Work shit.
Yeah, I think it's just who's awake at the time when he.
There you go. I said you up, and you said yeah. Here you go.
It's got to be one of the greatest LaserDisc related texts of all time.
Also grabbed Kate Bush Lionheart
Nice.
at my local shop, and Bow Wow Wow's I Want Candy. Great stuff. This band, Blotto. Hello, my name is Blotto. I don't know if you ever listened to Dr. Demento, but they used to have a great song called I Want to Be a Lifeguard.
Yes.
And, so that's on here.
Cool.
Tony Basil, Word of Mouth. I had to get this because I never realized this is like technically a pseudo Devo album. She covers like the Devo guys are on the tracks, and she plays a bunch of Devo songs on here.
Whoa.
Like Be Stiff and Space Girls, and one of the songs from Oh You Got a Problem is Pity You from New Traditionalists. Speaking of Devo, Luke sent me Duty Now for the Future with a sweet
Is that the pink one?
yeah, all right, I'll take it out.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's got the inner sleeve, thankfully, and yeah, it's got like a swirly kind of pinkish vinyl. Very nice.
Sweet.
What a guy. And Luke also sent me another one.
I think personal shopper might be my my dream job.
Fishbone in your face. I've been looking for this at my local shop like forever, and nobody ever trades in Fishbone because it's Fishbone. So
Yeah.
somebody finally did. Patched in the Roxy Music gaps there. I got some Roxy Music, and a little John Coltrane, some Blue Train, my favorite John Coltrane record. This is, of course, the pressing that stinks. It's always the pressing that stinks that you buy. It's like
Of course.
some mid-90s one that everyone at Discogs says is like the worst pressing ever made.
I'm like afraid to always buy any of the pressings, and just like I just don't.
Yeah.
Put it on an Amazon wish list. Hope someone buys it.
But it's still
text Spencer ahead of time. He'll tell you exactly which ones are the good ones.
That's why I don't want to know.
Yeah. There was some anime soundtrack stuff in my local shop. There was a Captain Harlock. It didn't have the pleasantly wide obi, but dude, there's a Captain Harlock vinyl in my shop down the street. There's no way I wasn't coming home with this.
Harlock rules.
And yeah, finally, this is the one that I went back to get. The one I want. That's too expensive. And then I went back. Tom Waits, Frank's Wild Years, direct metal mastered pressing, promo pressing. So, yes, fantastic. That's it. What do you got, Ryan?
So it's been a while.
Yeah.
Even though no one knows it based on our, airtime. It's been a little bit. So I hit some Dollar Trees because why pay real prices for movies? So here we go.
Oh, we're gonna get hit.
Action Point.
Nice.
Suicide Squad cartoon.
Okay.
Some ridiculous movie called Voodoo Apocalypse, but it's got no one I know. But look at all the guns and blood and zombies or
It's
something.
very much your kind of movie.
Oh yeah, totally. Like, Nature Calls.
Okay.
You can't go
Patton
wrong with
Oswalt?
Patton Oswalt, Johnny Knoxville, Rob Riggle. I don't know.
Right.
Gates of Darkness. No idea.
Okay.
Man from Earth.
Okay.
No idea. It's got Michael Dorn in it though, so that's cred enough for $1.
I know who that. Of course, I know who that is.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Anyways,
He's a Klingon. Come on.
Yeah. Worf.
Yeah, come on.
He was in TNG.
As much as I think Haller should be on the
said I
podcast,
know who
Luke's
it
like
is.
moving right up.
Yeah,
the
but
list.
your sarcasm levels were high.
This amazing 10 movie pack for $1 featuring Steven Seagal in Driven to Kill. So like
Things just don't
not
look like
only
they're worth $1.
like it's not just 10, it's like 10 movies on this one and then
Plus 15.
15 on the other one. I don't even know. Or
God, the compression, man.
I was gonna say the video quality
there's,
must be
there's
amazing.
multiple discs in these. So
The video quality matches the film.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
exactly.
I mean, there's still probably slightly compressed, and I doubt there's any extra features and or extra audio tracks you get.
It's probably like 2.0 Dolby Digital. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Trauma. I don't know if this one's any good. But picked it up.
Most Dollar Trees lately are pretty empty. Maybe that's
they are right now, but I think they're holding some stuff for Black Friday.
Oh,
so by the time
what's a
this
Black
airs,
Friday sale at
if it-
Dollar Tree? 50 cents.
no, they just
80's
have
still $1.
other stuff.
Yeah.
So like normally for Black Friday for Dollar Trees, they have like an entire end cap of movies for $1,
Oh,
which means they put them out like the Tuesday or Wednesday before. So if you're in your local area, hit them on like Tuesday or Wednesday and
okay.
just buy everything.
Good to know.
Picked up Splatter, Architects of Fear. I believe this was shot on video. This is actually kind of rare, but I found it at a Half Price Books. So, and sealed at a Half Price Books, the Tromedance Film Festival Volume 1.
Mick Foley.
Implying that there's a Volume 2, but yes, there's Mick Foley.
Wow.
But yeah, also at a Half Price Books, because got to get your trauma. And
Heard of
then
those.
our friends at Vinegar Syndrome had another month of releases. So we'll start with partner stuff first. We got the Sweet Summer of '84,
Nice.
which looks amazing, and it's a 4K and Blu-ray. So
Wow.
can't
Not
go
like those
movie.
cheap bastards at
Great.
A24.
Great
Amazing.
movie.
Different cover art on every single level of that
Yeah.
package.
Amazing.
That's a tour de force.
So that's the movie by the French Canadian director who did Turbo Kid, right? It's I really love that movie. It's great.
Yeah, but
I think
really
wait, no, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, go ahead.
it's got really cool like art though all the way through. Picked up. We'll have to probably set face this one, but
Oh, what do we got? More boobs?
we'll hang on. We'll get this one first. Boarding House,
Hmm.
which is a nice slasher. Amazing
Okay.
art. This is American Genre Film Academy.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Agfa.
yeah, Agfa. Agfa, they get like prints off the ground and then put
Yeah,
them
man.
in containers.
Like their
Sorry,
Zodiac killer.
Sorry to interrupt. Truck number 84. Yes.
More. Don't ask me. But it looked good. The Last Matinee.
Okay.
But sweet cover. A nice, cool documentary for Mad Men only. It's about Del Close, the guy behind Famous Comedians.
Upright Citizens Brigade.
Yeah, exactly. So it's got a lot of good people on it and a lot of good archive footage. So kind of looking forward to that. Yeah, you'll just have to edit this. The Laughing Dead.
Oh yeah, there's some boobage. Yeah.
Yeah. So looks ridiculous. It's Vinegar Syndrome. Oddly enough, the inside is not, but yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
A VSA for The Grave. Nice, sweet. No different art, but still
cool packaging.
The 4K of Ticks.
Ooh.
Nice. Oh, there you go. There's
the
that
classic art.
Old
and
school.
Then, of course.
It's like a mega slip.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
This is just a fantastic. When they have these like multi like slip outs.
Slips for days.
Pull out a slip cover out of a slip cover.
It's like a Russian doll.
The sweet Nothing Underneath or Too Beautiful to Die.
Wow.
And the cool thing is it keeps or it has Too Beautiful to Die, which is Nothing Underneath too. And it's got Donald Pleasance, so you got 2 movies there. Haven't seen any of these other than Ticks, which is amazing. And then the Camille Keaton in Italy box set. So I believe this is all Giallo, I think. I'm guessing, but the cool thing is free inside with all of the art.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so my subscription's coming in handy because it's all this stuff is a 1 yearly subscription, and then anything I want to add on is half off MSRP. So like, I don't pay the crazy things that people spend on them, which is nice. And it's my 1 treat a year. So cool. But yeah. Oh, I do have vinyl.
Yeah, well, so you must have bought some records, right?
Yeah, I got more than I realized. So
oh no.
I'm a big fan of Asian Man records, and there were some Alkaline Trio restocks. So I picked up Maybe I'll Catch Fire, which the restocks are phenomenal this time around. Some really cool colors. Got a nice orange.
Very nice.
Yeah, Asian Man, he's got a pretty good Twitter presence. He's a real small company up there.
Yeah.
Really small label. I've got a couple of Dog Party records from Asian Man that are pretty good. So.
And then I also picked up God Damn It, which this one's even cooler than the other one. But like whenever they restock, it's like 1,000 of a color. And when that color's done, they don't print it again. It's a nice red and black, which is really on brand for Alkaline Trio. So try to get that back in. These sleeves are super tight. But they don't ship anything in like shrink or anything. It's just a record in a sleeve outside of its jacket. But like you can figure that out yourself. So
Relapse kind of does that too. They're just like, yeah, we're not going to shrink this.
No seam splits that way.
Yep.
I got the sweet Sugar Cult Start Static reissue, the 20th anniversary, because I'm old and now the bands I listened to when I was in high school were 20 years ago.
Look at you, old man.
You know, so that's the black vinyl, and then I also have the sweet blue colored vinyl. Because why would you get just one of the 2 color variants? That problem. Band called Candlebox. This is their
I've heard of
third
them.
album.
Yeah.
Happy Pills. This is the colored vinyl, limited edition. Music on vinyl, of course. And if you know anything about music on vinyl, their first pressing of an album is always on a color, and then they'll do like a repress on black, and then if that sells really well, they'll go back and do another colored repress. Maybe. Sometimes they just do a black repress, but like nice gold vinyl. Which this album never got a vinyl treatment because Candlebox was like almost off their label at this point. So they went from like huge to nothing in 3 albums. Like the 90s.
Yeah. Happened to a lot of people.
This is first pressing of this band. I don't know.
Cool.
Found this on we had a local record crawl, and this was at one of the one shop that doesn't sell new stuff, and they get all kinds of random old stuff.
Can you explain what a record crawl is?
The 3 stores in town have a bunch of extra stuff, basically, and ridiculous sales, and they had buttons and t-shirts.
Nice.
And yeah, so just fun reason to spend money on records.
Is it open to limited people or anybody?
No, it's all day long. The one store had a food truck, another store had a band at like noon. So just a big like excuse to spend money at record stores, which we need.
So they've made their own record store day kind of thing.
Yeah,
And it's just for like the city. So like
got it.
Rockford has three record stores total. Besides like, you know, not real record stores. So like
Brooklyn bookstore crawls people do because there's a lot of books.
And it draws out a lot of people who like, you know, might come every so often. They'll come on that day because things are on sale. Plus, like my one store was doing things half off.
Nice.
So half off the Blackula soundtrack.
Ooh.
And I had not wanted to buy this picture disc because it's just like 2 songs, but at half off, I mean, it kind of have to, right?
Yeah, some of those record store day at the picture disc, you're like, am I going to drop like $20 or $30 on this? Yeah.
Same thing with this. Like it's Art Alexakis's Sun Songs. And I was like, man, I don't know if I want to pay full price for old man Art singing songs that aren't Everclear songs.
How is it? Have you listened to it? Or?
No, it's
Yeah.
I'll get there.
You're never going to listen to it. Gotcha.
I'll tell you in like 6 months when it gets to my listen pile. You know. I finally listened to a Dio album that I forgot, like got shuffled to the back somehow. That I bought like summer or like March 2019 or 20. Like,
damn.
What?
Was it one of the studio ones or?
Yeah. They had done the reissues.
Oh yeah.
And then I totally missed this album, so I got this half off. And I'm like, why is this half off? And he's like, just never sold. And I'm like, it's not old yet. Like,
yeah, right.
Not complaining, but like,
I haven't heard that one.
So yeah, I got some vinyl, and there's songs on it. I don't know, I don't remember what was on it, but at half off, you can't go wrong, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my pickups.
All right, who's next? Grandma Shawl over there.
Who, me?
Yeah, that gets you right.
Yeah, I always keep it short and simple. I don't actually buy that much new relevant media.
Yeah, famous last words.
No, I only have 3 things, although 2 of them are very. So on the last time I was on the podcast, I got absolutely dunked on for not having watched Predator.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Dog, Friday the 13th, most of the Halloween movies. I did purchase Howard the Duck while I was live on the show. It's here. Still sealed. Haven't watched it yet. Waiting for the right time. Thanksgiving break is coming. I went. I loaned this to my parents. I recently. I count this as a pickup because I bought it, brought it over to my parents' house, and left it there for a year. But the Columbia Classics.
Nice.
4K HD collection, Volume 1. It's a beautiful box set with Dr. Strangelove, Lawrence of Arabia, which is the greatest movie I've ever seen. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It's got really nice, elaborate packaging in an era when the mainstream guys aren't doing big, elaborate packaging anymore. You know, Warner Brothers shifts with static menus, and you know, it's got Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, which really pops in 4K with HDR. Gandhi, A League of Their Own. Jerry Maguire. I'm a huge Jerry Maguire fanatic for whatever reason.
I just got that on LaserDisc for the first time, believe it or not.
I love Jerry Maguire.
Yeah,
great.
And then I'm going to chase it with the Columbia Classics 4K Ultra HD Collection Volume 2. This came out middle of October. It got delayed for a month because they're having supply chain issues. But this box has like a whole bunch of stuff. But really, I spent $112 or $120 to watch Taxi Driver in 4K resolution with a Dolby Vision HDR presentation.
All right.
On that TV behind you?
No, I watched it on the OLED, the 65-inch LG C1 OLED. But this one's got an even more eclectic mix. You've got Anatomy of a Murder, Oliver, The Social Network,
awesome,
Sense and Sensibility, and Stripes in this box.
That is a weird set.
Yeah,
that is maybe the weirdest, least coherent box set I've ever gotten from one of the big studios.
Yeah.
Sony's got a really good film restoration department, and all of these are pristine. except for The Social Network, because it was mastered in 2K resolution in like 2011. What can you do? You can't create image where there was none. You hear me, Mr. I have scalers out there? All right. You can't enhance things that were inherently low resolution to begin with.
All right. Go back to warming yourself. All right, Max, you got anything?
Hold down here. Leave me alone. Being bullied.
Ooh, what do we have here?
Ooh, that's a Criterion,
catalog. Yes.
I remember that one. That was a cool one.
This
94.
is pretty freaking cool. And what I really enjoy is in the middle of it, there's like a whole, well, you know, join the club.
Yeah.
And they give you the whole club information. And I like that you can check for my purchase totals $175 or more. Enroll me in Criterion Collectors Club as a premier member.
Of course it will total that much.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just
that's like
two discs. Yeah.
But I like that this has all the Voyager ones in here as well.
Did you get all those yet, Luke? All the Voyagers?
No, I stopped. I stopped caring.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I did. Somebody did have it in a flip video that I do have coming, but no, I honestly just kind of, I was like, I don't really care about these. It's just true.
All the list of all of them is in here apparently.
Yeah, I might.
If you re-care,
maybe. I mean, it's. Yeah, I know what's.
I think they're more Max's speed. Those Voyagers. I think you'd like those.
Yeah, a lot of these.
I agree. Those the Charles Eames ones, probably the best ones.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
They're amazing.
I sold those. I had them sold.
Yeah, this is really freaking cool.
Cool.
And I was excited about that.
That's awesome.
That was my I think that was my only. Yep.
Yeah. All right. It's quick and easy. All right. What about the new guys? Who's first? Vinny? Luke? Which guy wants to go first? Yeah.
I got stuff.
All right, cool. What do you got?
Stuff. Let's start with, just for Chris. This came straight from Luke Cincotta Inc. The best movie
there it is.
The best movie of 2020.
Open it up.
Great movie.
Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Thoroughly
What a great
enjoyed
movie.
that.
So Luke, what am I looking at here? A dub
That's
off
the movie.
of
It's no. It's a straight download of the movie. There's no Hulu ads on there. It's just
okay. Awesome.
So yeah.
Okay.
What does a Hulu ad even look like in this day and age?
Like a no bug or anything?
Is it out on Blu-ray yet?
No, not that I can tell. I would order a physical copy of that. That movie,
Gotcha.
that movie transcended any expectations I had for it, and they were.
I only knew about that movie because of Vinnie. He said, "Hey guys, you need to check this out." I did. I'm like, "Holy shit, this is really good!" And then I made that bootleg. So I was like, "He needs to have that." So yeah.
2 books quickly. This was the first year back in person for the Brooklyn Book Festival, which is a festival that we always have a booth in, but I walk around and see what's around. And
nice.
Eyes only. From one of the coolest bookstores left in New York. A lot of them are gone, but the Mysterious Bookshop, which only sells mysteries and thrillers. It's really cool. And then I picked up Altman on Altman.
Nice.
Let's do records before movies. I too got the gift of Fishbone.
Nice. Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for the holidays. Yep. 4 tracks on this.
Yep.
Wonderful Life was the hit from this one.
Yep.
There is a record store in my new neighborhood, so I grabbed Robert Palmer.
Nice.
I've been on a tear lately, sort of chastising the world basically for really undervaluing Robert Palmer.
And you can find that discs cheap everywhere, pretty much.
Yeah. This is like $10, but I mean, the guy was amazing, and I think he got a bum rap towards the end of his career because of the Power Station and the girls and the videos, and he just sort of linked with that forever. But he had such a great career before that, and died so young. And every time I hear a song, I'm like, shit, Robert Palmer's dead. Like, it's amazing.
That album crushes. That's great.
Yeah. As a kid, my favorite TV show, one of my seminal TV moments, was the Bigfoot episode of
6 Million
program. So this was a soundtrack.
Nice.
So this is 4 exciting stories read from $6 Million. I don't know who reads it. These are Peter Pan Industries. There's a whole bunch of these. They were made in Newark. Really cool. The second, there was another version, but it was an animated, drawn cover. So this one was really cool because that's the original title.
Yeah.
I'm curious if I showed my kid that, if you think I'm just out of my mind, if it's any good at all. But, I love finding soundtracks, Easy Rider.
Sweet.
The cool thing about this is someone taped their ticket stub.
Oh, cool.
See that? So from the Beekman Theater in New York for $3.
That's pretty expensive.
I think it was a reissue because inside here is also someone cut out an article about Easy Rider from fairly newish magazines. This is mid 80s.
Yeah, all right. That's more like 80s pricing. Yep.
Yeah, People Magazine. Actually, this is a June 2010 People Magazine. DVDs. I got a whole bunch of crap here, but I'll go quickly. Thrifting. You never leave the thrift store without a Criterion. If it's there, you buy it. Sealed Honeymoon Killers.
Oh,
that's my personal rule, by the way. It's just a personal rule. I've not seen Honeymoon Killers. Mammoth's Homicide I have seen. This is great.
Oh, wow.
I've not seen this, but I grabbed it. Spyro came in for the poll.
Great one. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Richard Burton. Yeah. Blu-ray, Jules and Jim, Truffaut.
Nice.
Like those thick Blu-rays. I don't know where I got this, but I needed it because I realized during our Lynch episode that I didn't have the LaserDisc. So here's the shout.
Oh, you got with the slip.
Nice.
Yeah, with the slip.
That
rips. I bought it from them.
Fucking movie.
It's great. And then I have a buddy who works at Paramount and has been instrumental in putting out all the new Paramount stuff. So he sent me a whole bunch. One I would not have asked for, but it's here. Elizabethtown, which I didn't love. But
what?
That is, if you're keeping score, Paramount spine number 14. I like the big spine numbers. This I've never seen. Maybe Spencer has. Last Train from Gun Hill. Kirk Douglas Western. Place in the Sun. Cool slipcovers. And all of these, if you open them, these are all sealed, but they have the horizontal poster. Each one has that. Bugsy Malone, which I saw a lot of as a kid.
Wow, yeah. That's a trip back.
Yeah.
God damn.
And then, of course,
they sit up, so.
Of course, the infamous Nashville, which they stole back from Criterion. Supposedly a much better scan than the Criterion. And I had this movie on DVD sealed forever, and I never watched it. And I still haven't seen it, but I will watch this.
Still haven't watched it myself. Yeah.
You've seen the movie, though, right?
No, I never, for some reason, just never saw it. It's just not something like
Nashville is like Altman's defining feature.
Oh no, I know. I just don't know why I've never just
I had to watch that
been in the
for
mood.
a class in college.
There's one Dollar Tree here, and somehow this, because they knew I was coming, had this weird version of New York, New York.
Wow.
Holy shit,
that
such
cool cover.
That is like
really
the
cool.
perfect cover to describe my mood while watching the LaserDisc box set.
That's exactly right.
I have Liza Minnelli in that photo.
I scanned this to put in my DVD app, and when I scan it, it comes up as Vampire's Kiss.
Okay. Sure.
A few more. The elusive Blu-ray Benny button with the slip. I have another version of this, and I was trying to cobble together. Like I bought the Blu-ray, the Amray case from Criterion to try to like make it look like the Blu-ray on the shelf because it's annoying if it doesn't have it. So now I have the real thing.
And hopefully it's not bronzed.
Right. Yes, please. Clockwork HD DVD.
Oh wow!
I had that once upon a time.
I can't keep up with. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. It's Warner. Yeah,
it's Warner.
I can't keep up with the Kubrick aspect ratios. I don't know which is the right one, but maybe that's
S Vitale, and he'll make something up.
All of the HD masters are in widescreen.
Shining Blue.
Yeah.
Town.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Cool movie. This was a great movie. End of watch. I figured, why not get them all?
Okay.
Blu-ray box. They're cheap. They're always on Marketplace, staring at me in the face. I'm like, one day my kids are going to want to watch them all, so let's do it.
Yeah, at least 4 of them are good.
Luke, right? Luke sent me this. I think. This
all right.
Ooh, that was like
MI3.
I wish I still had my MI3 on HD DVD.
I keep forgetting you have a player, or do you not?
I do. Yeah,
you do.
Oh, he has one. I didn't know you had an HD DVD player.
Yeah, Peter sent it to me.
Of course.
It's a hand-me-down.
Superman 2 Donner cut. Yeah, hand-me-down. Then these, I was not going to go for the whole new Blu-ray, but I did want the first 3 because I like them. first three Friday.
Yep.
Oh, you got to go for the.
Is that actually in 3D, the third one?
I don't know. Is the third one in 3D?
There's
yeah,
parts of it that should be.
it says comes with glasses, but it doesn't. But it
yeah.
should. So I don't know if there's anything special about those glasses, or if they're the regular 3D glasses.
Anaglyphic or
Maybe if they're branded, I'll try to find them on eBay.
Yeah, let me know.
I saw it in 3D in the theater because I'm.
Look at you.
I've never seen it in 3D. I really
Yeah,
actually.
and Jaws 3D in the theater.
Oof.
DTF,
Yeah.
Oh.
great movie.
Killer.
Where Sam Mendes became. Well, actually, no, he made American Beauty first.
This
but-
might have been a Dollar Tree. I don't know if it was a Dollar Tree. This is a great movie. The only film that I was almost getting ill watching. It's pretty amazing, but it's such a great movie.
Is she the same one who she directed Titan?
She did, yes.
Did you
One
see
of Chris's
Titan yet?
I have not seen it. I have not seen it yet, but I
I want
want
to say
to.
it's one of my top movies of the year. Very surreal
Yeah.
experience.
Bad News Bears. Definitely want to show my kid this. And I think that's it. And a little super bit action.
Nice.
I was
got that.
never a huge fan of this, so I want to give it another shot. I saw it in the theater, and it just wasn't a great experience, but I'm willing to give it another shot.
That movie is
I remember
superb in 4K.
Oh yeah, what was your secret? You got a special thing to show us, right?
Here. So this came today. So I've been, you've succumbed to, there's peer pressure and then there's Peter pressure. So I've succumbed to Peter pressure a lot. And now that I've moved, I didn't, it's a long story on the old projector, but I left it in the old house I left it in the theater for the new buyers who don't give a shit about it apparently, but anyway, they have it now and I didn't care because it was old and lamp hours, but it was 1080. So I needed an upgrade. So I got,
JVC, baby?
JVC. So this is one of the E-Shift ones. It's not pure 4K, but I don't care because I'm going from 1080p to E-Shift. That's fine with me.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous projector.
Yeah, it cost me a fortune, but it's like a drop in the bucket compared to what the newer ones go for.
Yeah.
Like 9,000, but this was much less. And the guy was so close that I couldn't get out to see him today, and he just brought it over.
Ooh, wow.
So I did the old PayPal once I got it from him.
Look at you.
I just needed that to get me motivated to actually start, because that'll be the first piece of the puzzle here, and then I'll go from there. But I'm excited. I haven't watched the disc since right before I moved, so
You get an Elcos projector now. Yeah.
Whatever that means. Yeah, I got
liquid crystal on silicon. It's
there you go. Yeah.
JVC's is DILA and Sony's is SXRD.
Right. So this model, this is the X750R, I think.
Okay.
That's what this one is.
There was an interesting thing where they have two names too. There's like like the straight to consumer name, and then there's the industry name, and I love
But it's only got 700 hours on it, so
nice.
That's like
great.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Score. All right, so you gonna what kind of screen again? What size? Did you figure that out?
I'm gonna try to get whatever. I'm gonna get a scope if I can. So the biggest scope I can probably get here is what, 90 to 100.
Yeah.
Probably, right?
I was gonna talk about that in my pickups. I finally hung up my scope screen probably after the last podcast, and that's like 125 inches, and it's ridiculously huge. But it's fun.
Yeah, I had 120 at 16:9, but for scope, I can't get that big. But that was cool.
Yeah. So when you come over to the basement, we'll watch something on the scope screen. Yeah.
Yes.
Before I murder you.
Right.
By the way, Palm Springs has a German DVD of all.
Oh, really?
That
random.
makes no sense. Yeah.
Huh.
Who wants to watch a PAL DVD?
I mean, why would you
2021?
watch a movie that came out in HD?
Yeah.
On
streaming. Yeah.
Well, there are people who don't have the internet, Ryan. You're being discriminatory. How they found out about Palm Springs, I do not know.
Hang on a second. All right, Luke, did you have?
Yeah, I did. I do actually. So I've been doing records. I'm slowly moving back into records more than other things, because anyway. So I just got a big stack of records here. Some from Japan, mostly ones from down the street at my record store. San Diego is amazing for records, mainly because of Navy Town, and you got people from all over. Grandfathers from all over who went overseas and just like collected stuff, and then they came back and said, "Hey, I want to stay in San Diego." So you got some cool shit First one I got just this morning or just today. Eric B. and Rakim. Maybe the best
Nice.
album
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
And it's original press. It says original press, but I looked it up. It's not original. I'm the Discog searcher on the store because of this little thing right here. It's actually rarer. It's some Canadian press of it. Come on, Eric B. and Rakim. He's Jay-Z's favorite rapper. And like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
anyway. Next one. This one I got in Japan. I'm a big Beastie Boy fan. I have been since I was like 13, and I found so they re-released this recently, but I found the original one. I was like,
Wow.
Ooh, look at you.
yeah, I need to get this. And it doesn't have, it does not have the extra song on there. Or whatever. Yeah. When it came out, I bought it on CD. It just it was the digipack, or not? It was just the slim.
It's just a little slip. Yeah.
Next one, another rap album. I found. The Gray album by Danger Mouse.
Oh, yeah.
You guys aware of this? It's Danger Mouse was a producer. He went to school at UGA. He worked at a record store, Walk Street Records, and then in UGA he made the Gray album, which is the Black album acapellas with like the White album, only music from the White album. Every beat, every sample is from the White album. It's amazing. Like it's really, really good. If you haven't, it's been out for over 10 years. Man or Astroman. Do you guys know about this? Old guys in the room?
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah.
Just a great, and another, this is a band from Alabama. Growing up, these guys would, they did the theme music for fucking Space Ghost. They are, there's a type of artist in the South. It's like Southern weirdo. And then Man or Astroman is definitely them. Like Sun Ra would be another guy. Like just these guys from the South who are just fucking weird. I'm gonna leave that for later. This one I picked up because of you guys. I said once I'm not a fan of this artist, but I saw it and I picked it up. Tom Waits.
Nice.
Nighthawks at the Diner. Tom Waits from San Diego. I did not know that, but okay. Yeah, this one is really good because I just picked it up, but because it's like a live album. Like he did it in the studio with like he brought in people to play in front of. It's really I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save that for a second. All right, so I did okay. So again with the Rakim album, I found this guy, which is whatever, not Safe as Milk, baby.
Yes.
I've been wanting this guy forever, and I finally found a decent copy, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, if you've never listened to Safe as Milk, Howler, you should do that right away.
Good. If you have a house party, you definitely want to play Beefheart, and it like gets everybody in the mood. Yeah.
If you want to get laid, like you just
play Safe as Milk. Yeah.
Let's keep going with Beefheart. I found this guy, Mirror Man. This one is amazing. It's like just 4 very long songs. It's got Tarot playing, Candy Corn, 25th Century Quaker, and Mirror Man. Maybe my favorite album, Beefheart album. Again, more Beefheart. Ice Cream for Crow, great album.
All right, Trout Mask replica, anything? Coming?
I've already.
You got it. All right.
I already have it. I got that years ago.
All right.
A funny story about how I got that. You want to talk about it?
Sure.
I mean,
do we have a choice? No.
Nope, no choice. It was through LaserDisc Forever. I posted a picture of my discs once, and I had like a Zappa album, and one of the guys, he's not around anymore, but he owned a record store. He said, "Hey, I see that you like Zappa. I have this original copy of Trout Mask Replica. Do you want to trade for some discs?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." And so that's how I got that guy.
That's awesome.
Last Beefheart record. You got Lick My Decals Off, baby. This is a original promo. So Spencer's gonna love it.
Promo, baby.
Yeah, not my favorite. So this one it wasn't available for a long time, but then they finally repressed it and everything. It's not. People say it's better than anyway. Mirror Man is my favorite, but this one it's good too. And that's all the Beefheart I got. But let's see what else I got. Another kick I went on. In Japan, I found this guy. This is Johnson Spencer Blues Explosion, Mo Width. So he put out an album, Extra Width, on Matador. That was a big hit. and then some, for whatever reason, some Australian company, Agogo, which they did stuff back in the day. They put out, this is kind of like a live album, kind of like an extra with, or actually
yeah,
it was Mo with.
Yeah,
it's really good. I mean, I enjoy it a lot. The one I just got in the other day, I just go on Discogs now. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Let's do this.
Look at you, baller.
I'm balling. I don't care. Well, that's what happens when you stop buying LaserDisc so much. You can ball on records. This is a reverse Willie Horton. This is the first thing John Spencer ever did. It was like Holler. This person, John Spencer, was in a band called Pussy Galore, and Pussy Galore was much rawer, kind of more punk rock. And then he put out this tape with two other guys, and it's more like Johnny Bravo meets Elvis, just so like upbeat and so like I'm the best ever. But it started with this, and this is very raw, very, very awesome. Reverse Willie Horton. It's probably the best thing. It's amazing. And this one was sealed. The guy on Discogs he bought it, when it came out and never opened it.
Just sat on it. All right.
Just sat on it and loved it. Oh, got some.
Hope it didn't sit on it.
I cannot. I had that. I had a tape copy growing up, and I remember listening to it. I'm like, what is this amazingness? Even today, I played it for my DJ set. I just played the whole album. I don't care. There you go. Big fan. Okay.
Did you pretend to be?
Yeah. He was just like, oh.
I went and looked at records. It was a busy week.
Yeah.
It was a busy week.
Still paid you.
Yeah.
And I still got paid. No. This one I found in Japan too. Holler, here's another one for you if you've never heard of it. Bell and Sebastian, if you're feeling sinister. Have you heard of this? Yeah. Anybody?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're down.
This is Holler. Nothing. You love indie rock, right? So this is it. This will Yeah. This is the music. This is what you're looking for. This is your cousin. Marvin Berry.
Any Gilmore Girls fan knows Bell and Sebastian.
Yeah. I know Bell and Sebastian because I've seen all Gilmore Girls twice. So.
Okay.
Oh well, they talk about them a lot.
Man, I watched that shit in middle school when it was contemporary.
Yeah.
I finished Gilmore Girls the night the rest of the world finished.
You could have been rocking Bell and Sebastian in middle school, being the coolest kid in school.
If you actually want to get laid, I would put this album on.
Yeah. Safest Smoke maybe put on later.
That everything that I do is not in service of getting laid.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out.
Luke, you son of a bitch.
Listen,
you magnificent bastard.
Crushing it.
No magnificent, just bastard.
This is original. This is a no shit original. So in Japan, sometimes language barrier is there and they don't catch little tiny things. And so I'm not even going to show you, but if you look on Discogs, there's a very tiny thing on here that will indicate it's an original press from Cheapster, not Matador. And it was like $50 less than it was going on Discogs.
Nice.
Oh my God, yes. I am such a Bell and Sebastian fanboy. Like the early shit, the Tiger Milk, if you're feeling sinister, and the green one. God damn it, what's it called? Anyway, just amazing.
I like that one of their last records was really good too. One of the later ones.
They're still trying to reach back though. It was like greatest hits one.
It's sold out, man.
I think they sell out, but they lost it. It's like it happens. All right, three more. I'm sorry. We're going up on 8 hours here. Okay, so I'll do this one. I told you guys a story, but like my record store had this album. They showed a picture of it online, and I was like, oh, I like that album. I'm gonna go get it. And I drove to the record store, gone. And then I went home. I just fucking ordered it online. Just Nine Inch Nails was broken.
Yes.
This was the 2016 issue. I love this album.
It's a crusher. Yeah.
Which one's that?
Broken.
Hurt on it?
It was an EP. No.
No.
It's got Wish was the big kind of track.
I'm a Pretty Hate Machine guy.
And Happiness and Slavery.
Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Pretty Hate Machine was good. Like I remember listening to tape a lot, but it's kind of sad boy. Like listening to it now, it's like, oh, are you sad boy, Trent Reznor? Did someone break your heart? Oh, I'm so sorry.
The production's more alive and broken, though. I mean, it's like,
it's
it's
amazing.
raw. Yeah.
I was reminded of the show Ted Lasso that I watched recently, where the girl says, "Oh, do you play a game for a living? Oh, boo-hoo." It's like, "Oh, Trent Reznor, are you a celebrated artist? Oh, boo-hoo." I'm so anyway.
Good covers on there too. I mean, there's like the stuff at the end there.
Oh yeah,
there's like a Pigface song and a Adamant song.
Yes. So if I remember right, the CD. The original one had the CD and then like a mini CD behind it.
Yeah, and then they reissued it as one CD, but with like 99 like blank tracks or 97. Yeah.
So this one has it's a one-sided 12-inch and then has the 7-inch with those.
Excellent.
It's pretty cool. One interesting thing that I saw, like the records are not in the sleeves. They have like separate sleeves, separate white sleeves, and then that was just kind of thrown in. I've never seen that before.
So they don't split the seams of the original owners.
Yeah.
I guess I don't buy new shit enough. Anyway, two more. I'm almost done. Okay.
You said that five ago.
No, I didn't. So I got some. I was in a COVID survey. I don't know if I told you this. I got like $100 or something. I'm like, I'm going to buy some dope ass records. So I wanted to get something from a record store. So I was looking around. I finally found this guy. Pixies Doolittle. This is the original press of Pixies Doolittle, and I had to like if you look at it on the label, there's like an embossed A to know that it's like the real shit. This sounds amazing. Like it is one of the best. This is better than Casino Royale. This is better than whatever else Spencer says. Yep. It is like legit.
Better than London Calling UK pressing.
Yep. It blew my socks off. Last one. This is whatever. This one really spoke to me at the record store. It's just some folk record called Run Come See, and it's from Brown University. And it was like $8. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. But it's just like these guys fucking put something out by themselves, and it's just a bunch of. Anyway, I really enjoy this one. You know, take all that other shit away, but that was one that was really good. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Whew. See if we can breathe here. All right, so we're just about done. We got to do the recommendations, the non-LD recommendations. What did I watch? It's been so long since we did a podcast. Like I watched Squid Game. Like that was in between podcast episodes.
Yeah.
I saw No Time to Die finally, which we talked about in the chat ad infinitum, ad nauseum. So if you haven't seen that, go see it. And what else? I watched Halloween Kills twice. So there you go. Yeah. I actually enjoyed that quite a bit.
People are making fun of it, I hear, or
I don't know. It's a little sloppier.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a little sloppier than the last one, a little less, but it's really interesting. It's really creative. Anthony Michael Hall, I thought was cool because
Michael Hall's,
he plays Tommy Doyle. He plays the little kid that was, Laurie Strode was babysitting in the first, and then all sorts of other people reprise their roles from the original Halloween. It's got lots of Easter eggs for the other films, even though this is part of its own timeline. The other thing I really liked about it is all the victims are really fun and interesting characters. Like they took the time to make them cool. Until they die, but still they're cool. Like I love the guys that end up buying the Michael Myers house.
Yes, Big John, Little John, my favorite.
Big John, Little John, they're so awesome. They decorated the house so badass. And yeah, even though I love the
I have two questions now.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
So I've only seen 1 and 3. I'm perfectly happy going to my grave. I have only seen 1 and 3.
Yeah.
But if I see one other one, which one should it be?
2.
Yeah.
Which one?
That
1 and 2 are part 1 and part 2. You got to finish.
Yeah, but 2 kind of sucks.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, do 1, 3, and then these last 2?
I would watch the David Gordon Green ones. I think you would like them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, Max, where did you see it?
I went to my
theater.
local theater, and I sat in a big comfy seat.
Because I know you're not a big streamer, and I would be shocked if you had Peacock. So
I do not have Peacock. I have my grandma's HBO Max, and I was going to see Dune in the theater.
Yeah.
But I ended up watching it on HBO Max.
Okay.
Because I recently set up I was fully planning on watching it in the theater. But then I was like, this is going to sound actually pretty good. And I set up my rear surround speakers finally at my
nice.
So now I was like, damn, all right. Like,
cool.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But I would watch it again. It was really good. But for Halloween Kills, I'm super glad I saw that in theaters. I saw it only a couple days before. I saw it actually the day it came out, I think.
Yeah, you were right on it that weekend, right? Yeah.
I got my Auto Club discount tickets, went to the theater. And
Nice.
and I loved it. I really loved it. The Tommy Doyle bit with the evil dies tonight, that kind of like got
It's cheesy.
old.
It did, yeah. Evil
After a
dies
while.
tonight. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
cheesy. Yeah.
It was, yeah. But as a whole, I was like, damn, this was good. Like,
Yeah,
this
I mean,
like,
the
felt like
Michael
an
Myers stuff
iconic
is brutal.
moment.
Like
Yeah.
he's like a shark. I mean,
Oh my
he's just
God.
tearing people apart. So all the people that always complained about back in the day there wasn't enough gore or whatever. There's plenty of gore in
Yeah.
this thing.
Watch that one. Yep.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoyed the little Easter eggs of the different things and the
the
costumes.
masks from
Yeah,
3.
loved
and
that.
There's
Loved
stuff for 2. There's like the
Yes.
Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. And I did peacock it. So, but I put it on the scope screen, 125 inches of Halloween Kills. And it looked pretty damn good. So even
Someone
streaming.
Booing? Sam?
Yeah. Yep.
I like the angry mob just chasing the wrong guy. Like,
Yeah.
because you
that
can
was
totally see that
wild.
happening nowadays. Like,
Yeah, for
they don't
sure.
even know who they're chasing. They're just chasing.
They're just chasing people down the hallway. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Fantastic.
People complaining about Lori not having that much to do. She didn't have that much to do in the Halloween 2 either. She was like kind of out
Yeah.
of it for most of that movie. But I like that this was about the townspeople. I thought that was cool. It's like all about the townsfolk and their reaction. And I just love Tommy Doyle
Did
with
it
the
keep
bat.
going?
Yeah.
Did it do a Halloween 2 where
It
it kept
did.
going from?
Picks up immediately, and it references not
Yes.
only all the other movies, it references a lot of stuff from the last film. So you'll probably want to maybe revisit it if it's been a while since you watched it.
Yeah.
So
I watched Halloween Kills, and then I watched on just TV.
Yeah.
I watched the Halloween 2018, and then I was like, I liked actually watching it.
That's
the
cool.
reversal, yeah.
And I like that everyone's saddled with whatever crap they were wearing to a Halloween party. So they had like a gender bending Bonnie and Clyde,
Yes.
the 2 characters. So there's one guy just running around in his Bonnie dress the whole movie. And then the mom is running around in her like Christmas sweater, her ugly Christmas sweater. And so yeah,
I like
it's fun.
that. But yeah, the Big John, Little
Big John,
John.
Little
Oh my
John
gosh,
are amazing.
screaming. That was the best thing I've ever seen. I loved that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Great,
god.
great characters. So there you go. That's my recommendation. Watch Halloween Kills and then complain about it online. And
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right, what do you got, Ryan?
I watched Shallow Grave. Check it
Ooh.
out.
Yeah.
These 4 girls are going on a road trip, and
It's got Ewan
First
McGregor, right?
I don't.
For a second, there's no
Christopher
way you watched
Eccleston.
that
Yeah.
Shallow
Danny
Grave.
Boyle directed that, right? Yeah.
So, anyways, they're driving, and all of a sudden they blow out a tire because obviously,
Yes.
and hijinks ensue, and this cop who is having kind of like a love affair with this woman kills her, and one of the 4 girls witnesses it, and it sets off a chain of events, and the evil cop's gonna go get him. And of course, the one chick was so dumb she took out the spare tire in their car because she needed more room for her bags. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just quality all the way through.
Yeah. Mhm.
Check it out, Vinegar Syndrome. Maxine?
Well, I have been binge watching none other than Seinfeld on Netflix.
Right.
Uh,
Greatest.
I mean, that has been on cable my whole life, but I have never had the opportunity to watch it for like even the first episode. And like it was just whatever was on, and it was always enjoyable. But this has been like a completely different experience, just watching them one after the other without even commercial breaks, which is like kind of bizarre. Like they're, the pauses for them, but obviously there's there's no ads there. But like, I'm loving that. And then I've been watching Great British Baking Show, which has new episodes out.
Nice.
And of course, Halloween Kills and Dune I've watched. So lots on the I did get a new TV. My plasma was having it was getting to be a lot of hours on it. I'm like, I have to retire this to the bedroom where it gets a little less use. So I did get a 70-inch television.
Damn.
Go with the LG OLED?
No, that was out of my budget. I got like a Labor Day sale, like $400 70-inch television. So I went
That's how you
for
do it.
big-ass screen size, and then because I couldn't afford the picture quality that I wanted, so I went for
Good on you.
screen. Yeah, but I still have plasmas everywhere, pretty much else. They're getting older, and like I use the TV enough where it's like I kind of gotta preserve it. So
Yeah, I hear you. So, cool.
Heller.
Yeah, what do you got, Chris?
All right, I'm gonna say what I think most people are thinking. Michael Myers can suck shy hallucinations.
I think he wants to talk about Dune. Let him on. Let him on.
All right.
That's good. Use the dump button.
Yeah.
Michael Myers can suck shy halludes, gigantic sandworm dick. We gotta talk about Dune, baby. I
thought the
saw
sandworm
that
was a
shit
dick. Yeah.
I know it's a
in
butthole.
IMAX.
It's a butthole dick.
Dune is the movie of the year, and by that I mean it's the big Hollywood blockbuster. Clearly, it's not the best movie of the year. It's probably not even the best movie it could be. But
He's dialing it back.
well, I'm going to go in with the hyperbole. Dune's the fucking shit, but I'm going to be realistic. Dune is Dune Part 1 hit theaters. It has ended its IMAX run at this point. Therefore, you should just wait till it comes out on Blu-ray, because Dune is the kind of movie that was shot from the ground up to be seen on the large, vertically expanded screens of the IMAX theater. It has that larger than life photography that really sings on. We have a traditional purpose-built IMAX here in Rochester, and even though the digital projector can't fill it, it can fill most of it, and it looked incredible. It's a big movie with this large scale set of constructs, and it plays out so well on the large screen. It commands that screen in a way that no movie that I've seen probably since The Dark Knight Rises really has done so. I don't think it's a perfect movie. I think that it's truly half of a story. It's an incomplete story with a lot of exposition and a lot of setup. It's basically the 2.5-hour longest Dominoes setup in cinematic history. A lot of great special effects, a lot of great acting. It's a little emotionally distant. That's very much the style of the director's work. But it's been a long time since I've seen a movie make such a huge promise like this of what's coming. You know, it's filmmaking on the scale of like The Lord of the Rings or the original Star Wars. No, it's not going to win an Academy Award. No one's going to sit down and
there we go.
say that this movie changed the direction of cinema. You know, it's probably not even the best Hollywood movie of the year. I haven't seen them all, but
they might. I can tell you, as post-COVID, as a theater, as an exhibitor, that movie, the fact that it is such a huge hit is really important.
Yeah, it was
especially post Blade Runner 2049.
Well,
a movie you could watch at home, people didn't. You know what I mean? They did, I'm sure, but they went out.
My grandma watched it with audio description.
I saw the last evening screening of the film in 2K Digital IMAX on Wednesday night, and it was sold through about 2/3 of the theater. And this was, 2.5 weeks after it debuted, and you can tell that people were coming out in droves. And now people are upset that the IMAX run of Dune has ended and is being substituted for Eternals, which Eternals was kind of a success by default just because of the long tail of people that go see Marvel movies, but Dune really, I went out and bought the book. I started reading the original novel.
You hadn't read?
Yeah, I was gonna say this must be your fifth time reading it, right?
I have seen David Lynch's Dune. I ordered the 4K Blu-ray. It's on its way from Arrow.
I still haven't bought that myself. I should get that.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Why don't I have that yet? I know, I'm slacking.
It's on back order because right now Dune fever is at an all-time high.
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, Arrow chose, dude.
it's the new hotness right now, and I'm very pleased that it is as good as it is. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's very French.
Timothée Chalamet?
No, Denis
Villeneuve.
Yeah, Villeneuve. I heard somebody pronounce it very fascinatingly. last night when I was watching something. His movies are often very emotionally distant, very cold. Dune feels kind of cold, even though it's set on a desert planet. But it's the most accessible of his feature films, of his big movies. It's got good blockbuster sensibility, and it's got good epic scale filmmaking sensibility. And I gotta say, right now, my only master is Shai Hulud.
All right.
I've also been watching The Sopranos on HBO Max. I'm in season 4.
Nice.
I want to say, you know what? That show fucks. It turns out that the decades of TV critics and ardent fans were right. The good thing is good, guys.
Yeah, it's good.
The good thing is good.
What did Max's grandma think of Dune? Did she like it?
My grandma actually really liked it. She also was watching Sopranos as well.
Are you trying to say that
Should
I
invite
am
Chris
indeed
over.
the grandma?
Yeah.
No, my grandma would also. She's a huge
Dig that
Patrick
show.
Stewart
She'd
fan.
dig that
So
show.
yeah,
All right.
Excellent.
Excellent.
She liked Dune. She liked the audio description of it.
Nice.
She was confused slightly by all of the things. She too is going to read the book. She
All
has
right.
an audiobook. She's getting the audiobook going.
Super cool.
So real quick, so your grandmother is visually impaired, correct?
Yes,
So
completely blind.
She went to the theater and she wore like the
No,
headphones.
she's got HBO Max.
Yep.
Okay, and they had the where they describe it to her. That's
So
awesome.
in the section where you can like scroll down and go to the whether you want subtitles or not, there's a section there for languages, and you can choose English or English audio description.
All right.
And the description is actually it's something where I feel like it's something where people probably don't know it's there unless you know somebody who's blind, but it's actually really, it's kind of cool. Like if you're watching a movie and you want to do other things, turn that on because you
Check it
can
out, yeah.
read, because you don't have to be watching it fully. You know what I mean? If you're it's like a podcast of the movie. It's hard to describe, but it's really entertaining actually. So
then the worm was going through the
she was like, it was very, she's like, it's very interesting, you know, like she's
The worm is giant and looks like a butthole.
I asked her if she described what it looked like. Oh my gosh.
I think the first time I noticed that was, this is going to date me, was How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The Jim Carrey DVD had that on there. Remember flipping through, I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, okay.
Descriptive, audio.
Yeah, it's early 2000s is when the DVDs started having it, but it's more recently started getting onto things when they added Daredevil to Netflix. Netflix made it a priority to have all their upcoming things to just have audio description added to it. So almost anything on Netflix, even like some of the like Nailed It, has
nice.
So yeah, it's actually it's pretty entertaining.
We did watch the new season of that as well. So
yeah.
Good. What do you got, Luke? Anything?
Vinny, go first.
Oh yeah.
I'm last.
Screw you then.
Since I am an HBO whore, I will continue. So the HBO has a habit of making the best shows on TV. So Succession is the heir apparent to Game of Thrones. It's the best show on TV, so that's back. So I'm knee deep in Succession. There was, I don't know if anyone's watching it. You should.
Heard of it.
Incredible.
Heard of it.
What's that?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's the best. It's Game of Thrones meets Veep. If that interests you.
Okay.
It's just amazing. And there was an incredible Nirvana needle drop in this week's episode.
Nice.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is back. You know, I was talking to someone about Netflix. I'm like, Netflix is great, but hum me one Netflix theme song. You couldn't do it. Whereas
Squid Game, we're gonna Squid Game and win it
Stop
all.
being poor. Stop being poor.
But anyone can hum the Curb theme and Succession and Game of Thrones. So anyway, watch those. And also watch, I think we talked about Malignant, which no one saw in theaters. But you need to get friends over and watch Malignant and have a good time because it's bad shit. And it's James Wan's movie from last year that just sort of just quietly dropped. And it's bonkers for horror fans. It's a lot of fun.
All right.
I would check out Malignant. None of you have seen it other than Luke. I know.
Believe it or not. And I tried to watch most of his stuff, but
on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's available.
I gotta watch it. Yeah.
HBO, yeah, it's on. I think.
Oh, is it?
It's
Oh.
HBO. Yeah,
Is it gone though? Is the
It's HBO or Netflix?
there's usually like a
HBO.
window, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, HBO.
Unless the window's over, but
Yeah.
I'm just talking on this.
That's really all I'm watching. I watched Smooth Talk on the Criterion Channel with Treat Williams. It's fucking
Oh,
awesome. Check it out.
Treatastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a movie I've always heard of and just never. Laura Dern, one of her probably her first big starring role. She was 18 playing 15-year-old. Treat Williams plays Creep.
Williams.
Yep.
But it's really good. Check it out.
Yeah, that was fun actually getting your play-by-play as you were watching it.
Because I know you guys are Treat fans, so I figured
Who?
Treataholics.
Almost as good as Walter Hill. Yeah.
Walter Hill.
Who?
Walter Hill.
We never
Walter
got
Hill?
the treat episode.
Don't
All
invite
right.
me to that one.
You should come to the Walter Hill episode. It's gonna be
Who?
great.
Will be, which will be
Any week now. I think Ryan said he wants to do that next. Definitely. I think he said.
Well, I think we'll work on it.
Yeah, sure. All right. So what's spinning next?
Okay, wait, whoa! I got
What?
stuff. Wait,
You got some? Oh no! You said you want a Vinnie to go, and you didn't
No, I
want
was
to
being
do
polite.
it.
I was
No,
being
you said
polite.
you were done for the
Here's
night.
what I have to say
It's gonna
about
both
Luke's
for a
opinions.
week.
Yeah.
Here's
All right,
what
what do
I
you
say
want to
about
watch?
Luke's
Okay.
opinions. Here's my pre-review.
Wow.
I like it.
Says
All
the
right,
guy who hates everything.
I never decided that. I like lots of things.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah,
But
what's your
here's-
recommendation?
So I this week I had to go underway for work, which means I was on a ship and I
Which
was.
they kept
So,
in there.
so wait. So when you're underway, you're at hard offs or you're watching stuff. When do you work?
So when I'm okay, I got
Vinny,
you.
this is
This is
the
a legit
taxpayer dollars
question.
at work.
The
Come on.
word underway
Thank you.
means that the ship is going. It's
No,
out
I
in
know.
the ocean.
Right.
So that's when I'm working. But it's really
Watching
you know,
movies.
maybe
TV.
for like 3 hours a day, and then the rest I'm stuck on the ship.
Mhm.
And I bring a movie. I bring my little laptop and I watch movies. And I watched all the rest of Ted Lasso. Season 1. I watched season 1 of Ted Lasso. The first 2 episodes were very Major League to me. It was like, this is a ripoff of Major League. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling Ted Lasso's optimistic whatever. He seems like he's special, like there's something going on, whatever. Wasn't feeling it, but then I pushed through after months of not watching it, and I fucking loved it.
You have a heart.
Yes, because I
And
have
you
a
cry
heart.
at the end of every episode, and you
I
laugh.
mean, the episode where his wife came and he was accepting the divorce, I was like, oh my God, this is too much. I've never seen this before ever. Yeah, I thought it was amazing. Oh my God. So my wife's favorite kind of character in a movie is the mean person who really has a heart of gold, and that's why she married me, because that's basically what I am. The older soccer player, he's great when he says, I only came here because my niece is here. And he's like, which one's your niece? That little idiot over there. It's just, oh my goodness.
One of the greatest characters, and he's a writer and producer on that show. He's a stand-up comic in England, and he gets to play that amazing character.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
You'll love season 2. He's a lot more
Okay,
prominent.
I'm looking forward to it. The way they ended it was great. Just from a writing standpoint, I'm like, this is great writing. I love it. They got away from the tropes. They got away from the Major League nonsense. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, that's what. So there you go, Heller. I loved something. It was great. It was awesome. So, but we'll talk about Dune real quick.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah,
I saw
you
Dune
loved
in a Japanese movie theater.
Dune?
I saw it,
Dune?
and I'd never gone to a Japanese movie theater before. All movies I saw in Japan were on base, in the American theater that they run for us. But there's one that just opened. It was probably always there, and I was just lazy or overworked, and I just. But I finally did it.
It's 3 hours.
We're going to hard offs.
Yeah, we're going hard off. I saw Dune, and I will give you this very, very quick review of it. I had to go to the bathroom in it, and I kept saying, "Oh, I'm going to wait. Maybe I'm going to wait for the perfect time." And then I kept thinking back, like going back in my head, I'm like, I could have gone to the bathroom. Yeah, I didn't miss anything.
That's a poster quote. I could have gone to the bathroom. Luke Cincotta.
Other thing
I
I
like
want.
my quote better.
Anyway.
How was
I
the theater?
rewatched. That's it. That's all.
Okay, all right. How was the theater though? Was it a good presentation? Or?
Yeah, it was fine. It was a smaller theater. I mean,
Yeah.
I was not your huge whatever. They did have pumpkin flavored popcorn, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
It did not taste like it did not taste
So,
like pumpkin. But,
English and Japanese subtitles. That's it?
so very clearly on the website it said Japanese subtitles. I was like, okay, I'm going. Yes, it was Japanese subtitles on
Okay.
Wow.
in English.
Just like watching a LaserDisc. Love it. All right.
Were the subtitles in the picture or below the picture?
Yeah.
Did they zoom in? It was off the screen. Or?
Some guy just was speaking it.
Describing it. Yeah.
Just drawing on the screen and dry erase marker the whole movie.
Thanks.
Drawing
What was
those
the,
complicated ass symbols.
It was in the
The,
picture.
IRE setting on that.
Yeah, it's IRE 0, I think. Yeah. So
Yeah.
good times.
Did
All
they
right.
have the AC through the modulator, or were you just watching in stereo?
Luke brought it with him.
Yeah. I
He,
was like,
he switched his receiver into Dolby Surround.
Yeah.
Deja vu,
All right.
it's okay.
Man, so you're right, Chris. We got in under 2 hours this time.
Yep, made it.
Was it really?
No,
No.
it was 4 hours.
I have no idea what time it is.
It was good until
o'clock.
Mr. Brony
No.
showed up. It was
I
like a
told
nice.
my wife tonight, I said, I'm going to do the podcast. And she goes, the 4 hour one? The only one I do, it's always 4 hours.
It would have been briefer, but Luke showed up.
Yeah.
And Vinnie
Luke and
showed
his
up,
like
yeah.
400 Captain Beefheart albums.
Yeah.
I think I bought
Yeah,
like 6 things on eBay while he was talking.
And then we took an intermission in the middle where Luke
Sure.
sang Japanese opera. It was a
It was
nice
great.
night.
Yeah. All right. So what's spinning next? I have no idea. I got a ton of OMDs, and I'm kind of itching to start watching them. So I might watch like I don't know, some like old Cagney or something, like
Ooh,
Angels with Dirty Faces or something crazy
that's
like
good.
that.
Watch
Yeah.
that one.
I might. I think that's what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah.
So.
I'm giving you words of encouragement. Watch
All right.
that
Cool.
one.
Thanks, Max.
No problem.
What do you got, Ryan? What are you watching next?
I have no idea. I'm probably just gonna watch some like Indonesian garbage that I picked up and shown off, and it's gonna have explosions on the cover
Yep.
and
Oh yeah.
a gun, and I don't know if it's gonna be an action film or a thriller or both, but that's 100% what I'm gonna watch next.
Yeah, you're at the
Or
point
I
now.
might
You don't
see
even know
things
titles
pop up. I don't know.
anymore. It's just
How closely do you watch these movies? Like, is it just on the background, or do you intently watch them?
Usually
Or
the
is it-
shitty action films I just sit down and watch and love, but like Robin Williams films this past week, I've been so busy with other things and work and
okay.
that like I mean Patch Adams was
Ooh.
I'm glad he cared so much about fucking being a clown.
Yep.
So, yep, that's where I'm at. Maxine?
Well, I am going to, just for Sam, I'm going to 100% watch that Stacey
Stacey
Peralta.
Peralta.
I brought it up. I'm also putting this walkie squawky in my bag so that he can be
Bring him home.
He will know. I will take his photos and I will send them. He will end up in the end of this podcast, possibly.
All right.
We'll
We can
put
see
him-
what's inside. All right.
Yes, he's coming home.
What if it's like a wad of like $1,000
I
bills or
want to
something?
know
in there?
right
Yeah.
now. It feels a little hollow. I
It's
mean,
like
it could
cocaine
be
in
money.
there.
You know what? Might be.
Hide the yayo. Put him in walkie squawky.
Yayo in the walkie squawky.
No one will know. All right. Yeah. What do you got, Chris? What are you watching next?
So my group and I, we finally finished Sailor Moon. We
You're
finished
done.
all 5 seasons. Took us 8 months, but we have moved on. We have started Card Captor Sakura, and it's a 1998 program. It's an anime. We watched the first 2 discs. We took in the night off because normally we have Friday night is anime night, and I took the night off to come to the podcast, which is always an amusing trade-off.
And get berated.
Yeah, I have a good time, even though sometimes I sound like I'm mopey and disappointed. That's because Luke's a little bitch. So I'm gonna deal with this piece of shit. I'm gonna break open the service menu and try and fix this.
Break open
And,
the damn screen and replace with a plasma.
And I'm gonna watch. I got Notting Hill down here. I gotta
All right.
watch,
Oh, Watch Notting Hill.
Yeah.
I gotta.
That's your
throw
assignment.
on,
Homicide.
Well, it's my own
Yeah.
assignment. I'm the one who paid the $20 for the disc.
You're watching Notting Hill now.
I gotta watch.
You got Howard the Duck there. What the heck?
I got
Yes.
Howard the Duck in 4K. I'm gonna watch that on the OLED.
Nice.
All
High
You should
quality
put
for
that
high
on
quality.
the CRT. Tabby Vision.
Yeah, but I'm basically still kind of cruising. I'm probably gonna watch that Sega arcade disc like 6 times because I don't know. I have very bland taste in LaserDiscs these days.
It's not the game, you know.
What?
I knew I was going to blow your mind. All right.
Yes, I know it's not the game.
All right. What's on tap for Vinny?
Well, I have nothing connected, so I have no physical media connected. So
That was
I
my
just remembered-
situation.
Yeah, so I basically been watching Criterion Channel, which is good. I get to catch up on things, and they have this month Jennifer's Body, which I started the other night and just remembered I fell asleep, so I have to finish Jennifer's Body because I never saw it, and I know it had this sort of cult reputation being better than what people think it is. Diablo Cody wrote it.
Yeah, it's the Diablo Cody effect. Yeah.
I can't think of the director now, but yeah, so I want to finish it. It was definitely intriguing. And it is the only Megan Fox movie on the Criterion Channel. That's for sure.
Of course.
I can't believe that stat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many Megan Fox movies are there in reality, though?
A lot.
Probably not that
Many
many.
should be.
Yeah.
Transformers, and then this
Transformers,
is 40,
Dark in the
Susan's
Moon.
never like
Yeah.
Jonah Hex.
mean girl-ish.
Oh,
like
God,
trope
Jonah
movies,
Hex.
So yeah.
And then I want to
Body's her
see,
favorite.
we just did a Wes Craven month at our movie theater, and I realized I'd seen none of them. So I really want to see People Under the Stairs because I haven't seen it, and I hear that's one of the better ones.
Watch that. And you've seen Serpent in the Rainbow?
No, I'm really
Watch that.
outside of like Scream and some Nightmares.
Yeah.
I'm really devoid of Cravens.
Yeah, that's
we
really
should-
good because it's not
yeah.
really even a horror movie. It's kind of, I don't know, it's like
Yeah.
a political thriller with elements of horror in it. Yeah.
Now I own a
Sounds like
couple of them.
you're
because-
Craven, some Craven.
Yeah. And because some of the studios don't even have these movies, I had to buy a few. So now I own Last House and Hills of Eyes, so I can just watch them on the phone.
How did the Last House screening go? Was
Night,
Anybody show
those
up?
did, like a few people show up to those,
Yeah.
but Nightmare had like 20 something people, which was a
Yeah.
lot for us for like we usually do them on Wednesday nights, but
Mhm.
I just, as I was here, looked up the Eternals numbers and they were huge.
Mm.
So I don't know if word of mouth will slow it down because it's supposedly not great, but
yeah, everybody's trashing
Marvel's
it now. But,
Marvel's pretty critic proof, so
Yeah.
I think we'll have a good weekend with it.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll try to see that this weekend with my son. If he's
Why
into
do you
it.
just put Dune back in your theater?
Dune's doing well. Halloween Kills was still like hanging in. This is our last week with that, and that was doing really well.
Yeah, you should
Bond,
watch it, but watch the 2018 film first. Yeah,
Yes, I
How
will.
many
do.
how many movies does your theater play at once?
It's
Just one, or-
five screens.
Oh,
damn.
nice.
that's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than I expected.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
like
3.
2 screens or 3
Yeah.
screens. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's 5. So it's hard. We try to do this repertory stuff, but you can't. The studios don't love when you bump one of their movies to show something else. You have to they have all these rules, and
Yep.
Not that they're going to come audit, but sometimes they'll check the website or see that they want to make sure they get their plays in, and contractually there are some movies that you can't split screens with something else.
Disney's got
learning all these
really
things.
strong contracts. From what I
Yeah, a
can
lot
tell.
of them do, and now
Do you
I'm-
have film equipment at your theater? Do you have a 35 millimeter projection setup?
no. We'd like to someday. Maybe we'll have one that had it existing, but it's it's expensive and takes a lot of room. It's nice
Mhm.
not to worry about booths, and some of the newer theaters with laser projectors. So
When we
Oh,
gonna
you
do a
got
big
laser-
LaserDisc night? We should do a
Yeah.
LaserDisc.
I really all I gotta do is drag a player in there and hook it
Yeah.
up.
So
Should
Vinny,
bring like a
you guys
W1.
have laser phosphor light sources in your projectors?
No, these are they're not laser. These aren't laser projectors.
Okay. Still
We inherited.
Xenon?
This was a bow tie we inherited.
Okay.
They're Christie,
Christie DLPs. Yeah,
yeah,
Yep.
of which we need new bulbs now, and those are like
nice and cheap.
All
Yeah.
series 2 then?
That's obviously a COVID expense.
Sorry, I know way too much about projectors.
Well, you should go work for Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs some.
Yeah.
You can work there over the
need
summer.
someone to press the button on the computer that
Yeah,
starts.
I think
Yeah.
all the
teaching
movies
would
at
pay
once.
me better
Yeah.
than working for a movie theater right now. I think the market's a little different.
All right. He could keep you in a little room. You could be like the dude in IT crowd that's like behind the
I
red
already
door.
keep
Yeah.
myself in a little room, so
Perfect. You're already
I don't
trained.
need Vinny to do it for me.
We're all in little rooms.
All right. What are you watching next, Luke?
Gotta get ready. Gotta get ready.
Oh, Walter
great
Hill
movie.
all the way.
Walter Hill.
Who is this
Oh.
one?
That's awesome. Have you seen that, Luke?
Yes, I've seen it. I don't
That's
remember. Bruce Dern is in it. He's great.
Yeah.
Of course, this influenced the movie Drive a lot.
Yeah.
Uh,
I watched That and Thief right after Drive.
Yeah, that's like the perfect Drive combo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Walter Hill, baby.
Yeah.
Coming up.
It's just gonna be you and me.
Take it. I really just want an
Again,
excuse
again.
to watch Walter Hill movies.
Who?
He's a
Start
director
watching, man.
that has made a shit ton of movies, and they're all pretty good, starting with The Warriors, ending with some crap that Spencer likes, and everything in between.
Spencer's just not here.
Hey,
Drag
yep.
him all night.
Oh, hey,
Here it is.
what do you know? Hey, his name's on it.
Hey,
too.
look at you. You're ready.
It's in the alphabet by D-R.
It's honestly, it's something that I think everyone would like, and I
It'd be
think
fun.
there's Rotarian for Ryan, and then everyone else likes real good stuff, so that'll be fine.
Ryan just
let's
threatens
see.
to watch Alien movies because he was a producer on the Alien film. So
Yes.
I mean,
Ryan was a
I
producer
don't
on
have any
Hamilton?
Walter Hill
Yeah.
discs, but I could watch a couple Walter Hill movies just to do some homework.
I mean,
No, you gotta have the discs. We're a laser disc only. Catch that.
yeah, we 100% LaserDisc talk on this channel, baby.
Fuck!
See?
If this is LaserDisc only, then my name is
Chris Holla Batgirl.
Yeah, holla back, girl.
sure. Fucking roll with it.
This cast is
Yeah, I sent you a
bananas.
photo, Chris.
I think we're wrapping up, right? Is
There
that
you
it?
go.
We're off the air.
Yeah, you're free to go. Good night, everybody.
Night.